It's been a minute since I streamed. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It's been like what? Like I wanna say like a year. The last time I streamed. It's been a minute. But what's good, everybody? Your boy Dougie here. Back with a stream, not a video. You know, something different. I feel like I've been going for so long that I kinda owe it to y'all. You know what I mean? Because like, yeah, I was gone because my wife, if you don't know, my wife's been in and out of the hospital for like 2 weeks. Right. So that's been real stressful and everything else. But I feel like when I'm away from you guys, usually when YouTubers take breaks, people be like, oh, they don't care no more, or they forgot about us. I ain't forget about y'all. So that's what this stream is for. Just so y'all don't think that I forgot about y'all. And I haven't streamed in a while, so what better way than get back into the groove of things than What's up, Killstorm? Was good. The Slim Pickens, what's up? Damn, we got 007 in the chat. That's crazy. What's good, man? How y'all doing? Press for your wife. She's actually good. She's actually good right now. She's back to normal. She's at work right now, so that's cool. This is her first day back from work, so hopefully everything's good and shit. So, but it was crazy. You at work while you listening? That's crazy because that's when I'm at work, when I'm chilling. Podcasts like saved a lot of things because they run for so long. Podcasts are usually like 2-3 hours long. You know what I mean? So that helps out. And then you find 2-3 podcasts for the day that you like. You good to go. I mean, usually I'm watching, sports podcasts and stuff like that for like NBA, NFL, shit like that. But yeah, you find a couple podcasts, you good for your work day. If you can find some good, you know what I mean? If you can find some good podcasts, you good to go. Damn, Killstorm with the $5 already, man. Welcome back, Pimp. Pray for your wife. I appreciate that, man. That's good shit, man. I appreciate all that. You was just watching Breaking Bakewell. I don't know if Breaking Bakewell added anything new or not. I went through everything that I missed and I put it in a playlist for today. So hopefully, what's your teams? And the NBA is the Knicks. Unfortunately, it's the Knicks. In the NFL, it's the Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. I'm fly, Eagles, fly all day. I like basketball, I love football, but I bleed green. I love my Eagles. So fly, Eagles, fly. I don't want people calling me a bandwagon. I know my shit. I know my shit. I was there since Donovan McNabb, James Thrash, Todd Pinkston. You know what I mean? Of course, I can name Brian Dawkins, Brian Westbrook, Lito Shepherd. I got Sheldon Brown. I can name all those people. So I'm not a bandwagon, but I bleed green. I love my Eagles. But there's a lot to get into that I missed in this playlist that I got going on here. So I'm about to just let these rock. You know what I mean? I'm about to let these rock.
Anything other than we are terrible at the game. We asked you to carry. You said you couldn't carry. It's 12 times 6.
What the hell was Wings been up to? T.O. I forgot about T.O. I forgot about the T.O. man. The crazy thing about T.O. is we had T.O. for the year, man. Went to the Super Bowl. It's crazy. And you got this dude playing on a broken leg in the Super Bowl, and he was doing all right. T.O. he's a douchebag, but T.O. was a hell of a player, obviously. It's 12,6. The memes are funny as hell. And unfortunately, like the thing is, if I was Wings, dog, if I was Wings with all these memes and shit, like I would have a 12x6 t-shirt. You know what I mean? I would have a 12x6 t-shirt. I would have a look here, look, listen t-shirt. I would have a ban anybody who that knows what I said t-shirt. I would have a ban thoughts t-shirt. You would have to get some kind of sponsorship with Pepsi or Banquet, so you got a beanie or something. You got to capitalize on that shit, Wings.
You
got to. But instead, you just a little punk about it.
What up, unused? Good fun to see my son in a couple months. He's almost here. That's good to hear, man. I wish I could have kids.
Are you guys?
Put what's a predicate on the t-shirt too?
We need you to carry. Yep. Really? That was perfect recoil control and everything, and I'd still lose. And he's cheating.
Yeah, that
Let's
was
go.
wild. When he commented on my video, I forgot what video it was, but he did this whole big old soliloquy on my video, and then he just deleted it. What was the point, man? You only wanted me to see it and nobody else. That's what it seems like. It seems like you just wanted me to see it and delete it quick enough before anybody else could. That's what DMs are for. And unfortunately, you can't DM me on Twitter at I am Dougie. You can't DM me on Twitter because you blocked me. You blocked me on Twitter before. I mean, I'm not even big in this shit, but you blocked me before. You know what I mean? I even got the snowball going. You blocked me on this shit. I don't know what that's about. Whatever.
We told you we suck.
Go ahead, man, Dougie. Shout out to Xbox, man.
You can't do anything. We got an Ash with a Cronus on.
Wings in here. Yeah, all right. Wings ain't in here.
That's right. You guys suck.
We do suck. We never said
Shout out to my
anything other than we are terrible at the game. We asked you to carry. You said you couldn't carry, so that means you suck too.
Nah, I got one kill. I'm up.
All right. Then you got one kill. I need you to put a 5 next to that motherfucker. I need 15 from you.
Big ups, Xbox, big ups, bro.
I'm overweight. I'm hard to carry.
Speaking of Xbox, this is a sidetrack. What the hell is Xbox doing, man? What is Xbox doing? Microsoft and like, what are they doing, dog? Why, if they want their games to be everywhere, why are they even coming out with more consoles? What's the point? They clearly want to be a service. What was the point of them purchasing Activision and all that shit? You know what I mean? Just to disband every damn body and cancel these projects and fire these developers. What's the point? What was all the point? What is Microsoft doing? Not to say that PlayStation's doing any better this generation, because they damn sure not. But what's the point of having an Xbox? I don't know what their plan is. I really don't. I don't know what Xbox's plan is. And they was talking about making a next generation console. Why? I had Game Pass on my PC. There's no reason for me to have an Xbox. You know what I mean? Did you say that stuff with Richard's testicles? He thought he was sick. No, I didn't. What Minute Man was good. Actually, I went to see a video and he said, and you know how Breaking Bake gives you a little preview in the beginning of the videos before the intro? They said something about him had cancer or some shit like that. I don't know whatever happened with that. I didn't finish the video. I don't ever watch without you guys because I like to save it to watch with you guys. Got to see you still going off to work. Good to see you still going off to work. Yeah, you know, you got to. I bought my Xbox head for Halo. Okay. Damn, in over a year, I forgot about Halo. Hey, gaming this generation, man, it's trash. Like, I thought when I got the PS5 in 2020, I was one of the lucky ones to get the shit. I was like, yo, wow, this is about to be the new world of gaming and shit. It's okay because, you know, you're playing, I can't do 30 FPS no more. But the funny thing about that is a lot of these games is coming out 30 FPS and shit. I thought that I was going to step into the next generation with the PS5, but nah. But thankfully, I have a PC. It ain't the best PC in the world. You know, I got I got the Ryzen. I don't know CPUs for shit. It's like the Ryzen 5700G or some shit like that. And then my graphics card is the RTX 2060, which, you know, it's a little long in the tooth, but the 2060 is holding shit down for me so far. Some games push it a little bit, especially the really unoptimized ones, but for the most part, I'm all right. You got the Switch 2? Nah, I didn't get the Switch 2. I don't think I'm gonna get the Switch 2. If you're a big like Nintendo racing, you know what I mean? Like Mario Racing and Mario Party and Donkey Kong, which I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm really not that kind of dude. I'm not the target audience for Nintendo. So I do like the Pokemon games. Well, I played the last one. But other than that, and that's just because I was like really bored and wanted to taste a different kind of game. Because I do that sometimes. But no, I didn't get the Switch 2. Did you get the Switch 2? Do you like the Switch 2? Here's my 2 cents. Lazy Stone. One of the OGs, man. I appreciate the $2, man. I really do. I got it when I was running the impulse buy. Yeah, you gotta be careful with them impulse buys, man. You gotta be careful with them impulse buys, for real. You regret buying the Switch too? That's wild. We ain't never gonna get through this video because we just chatting, but hey, I'm here, so whatever. I'm cool. Why do you regret buying the Switch too? I mean, I think it has a better screen, right, than the OG Switch. Maybe, I mean, and it seems like they're gonna have more third-party support than they did before with the Switch, and the Switch started to do good with third-party support towards like the end of its. I mean, I'm not gonna say the end because the Switch is still going, but you know what I mean. So the third-party support should be all right. The hardware seems better than it was, better than the Switch when the Switch released, the original. The hardware is better, like as far as you know. But I got the ROG Ally, and I'm cool with that. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I don't even download games on my ROG Ally. What I do is I got my games on a PC, right? Obviously. I got Moonlight, the streaming not service, but I got the streaming app on my PC. And I stream my games from my PC to the ROG Ally. That's how I play on my games, because the ROG Ally is good, but mobile gaming just ain't there yet where I could comfortably play 60 FPS at high settings and shit like that. But it's cool. That's the way I play my games every night. I'm just chilling on the couch in my bed, just on my ROG Ally. Battery life sucks, but yeah. So do the analog sticks. The analog sticks on the Ally are trash. Them shits got no resistance, dog. That was a weird thing to do in real life. 51 archives. What's good, bro? Bigger screens, more FPS. But yeah, it's gonna get cheap over time. It's got to, bro. Oh my lord. Back at it with yeah, with the bucket, man. There's a video in the playlist I got. They say something about a bucket, so that's gonna be cool. Oh, well, it's not gonna be cool. RIP to Kitty. There's no OLED screen on the Switch too. Rings was crying recently. Damn, he'd be like, he cried weird, man. There's really no OLED on the Switch too. If they came out, they have the Switch, regular Switch, they have the Switch OLED. So they thought for the next generation Switch, they're not gonna have an OLED screen. What? I'm not gonna lie to you. The last time I was in a GameStop, and this is when the Switch OLED came out. I remember seeing it on display, you know, the display case. I was like, damn, the screen on that is nice. You know what I mean? The screen on that shit, it was vibrant. The colors were rich. That was a nice ass screen. And not to have that on the Switch too, it's crazy. Sadly, no big L. Yeah, that is a big L. I play and I have an OLED TV. Okay, yeah, if you play it docked, you know, you got an OLED TV, so that's cool. What's the deal with OLED? Is OLED TVs, is it a good time to get into OLED nowadays? Because I have a 4K, like TV, right? But I want to dabble my feet into in the OLED space, but I'm afraid of the burn-in and shit. Are we better with burn-in? Is technology got better, or it is what it is? You know, I want OLED. OLED looks cool. It seems like a premium way to get your media, but I'm afraid of the burn-in. I don't want to drop all that money on the TV just for in a year for, you know, you got that image burnt into the damn screen. You have no burn-in? All right, cool. That's some dope. Oh, bro, this. All right, this my background. It's a green screen. I used to, like, if you go back in my videos, you don't even have to go that far back. Go back like 5 videos or so, maybe more. I have my real background, and my background is nice, but it don't pop the way I wanted to pop. So I just downloaded a green. This is some copyright-free image off of Google. I'm gonna be real with y'all. But I have the LED lights in real life. I got a lot of them. But this, it don't pop the way I wanted to pop. You know what I mean? So I just got this, you know, off of Google. Off of Google, you know, I'm gonna fake it till I make it. You know, it's 4K. Ooh, 4K 120. That's another thing that the PS5 kind of sold me on. Like, I was like, okay, I'm gonna be playing my games 4K 120. But then I was a little naive because it's really, really demanding to play a game at 4K and 120. It's hard for PCs to kind of play. PCs do it, and a lot of PCs do it without breaking a sweat. Well, for the most part, it's kind of hard to game at 4K 120. And I was too naive to sit there and think that a console's going to do that. You know, and that Sony's going to put 8K on the box. Sony, come on, dog. 8K, that should be a class action lawsuit right there. Ain't nobody playing. You playing fucking Frozen Blitz Tetris or whatever the fuck this game is in 8K. You're not playing nothing else at 8K. I don't think that they output 8. There's no 8K TVs. And besides that, I guess it's upscaling to 8K, if maybe, but that was a lie. You know, they sold us on a bunch of BS. Sony did. Shout out to Squeaky Chair for holding it down before it. Yeah, shout out to this Wing Squeaky Chair. I think that's the same Squeaky Chair. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's the same Squeaky Chair from when he's been doing this shit. That chair has been holding it down. I'm talking about like it's like Jordans in the 90s, bro. I'm talking about 2-3 piece. That chair is gonna go down. Like when that chair retires and it breaks and its knees starting to buckle because all the weight, that chair is going in the chair Hall of Fame. It has to. First ballot. That chair has been holding it down. Squeaking or not, there's no squeaks, it cries. Boy, does that chair cry every time he moving that shit. But that chair going in the Hall of Fame. You probably okay, but your eyes can only see 4K. Yeah, that's what I heard, bro. That's what I heard. Like your eyes can only see so much. I actually wonder what because I actually wonder what the resolution of eyeballs is. Like, do we see it like 32K or some shit? You know, I don't know. But 4K is nice. 4K gaming is all right. I'm not gonna lie to you. I had my PS5 in here with my 4K TV, but it wasn't that big of a deal. So I moved it out there with my 55-inch in the living room. And the living room's only a 1080p. It's only a 1080p TV, and it's perfectly fine. You know what I mean? It's big enough to where you're obviously not right up next to the screen, so it's cool. 1080p gaming is still where it's at. When I'm on my PC, 1080p gaming is still where it's at. I'm perfectly fine with 1080p in 60. But what I can't do is 30 FPS. It's unacceptable. I don't want to sound like that. Actually, 30 FPS is the standard. No, I don't want to. No, I don't want to get into all that. But I can't do 60. I mean, I can't do 30 FPS. It's too, once you play 30, I mean, once you play 60, you can't go back to 30. You know what I mean? And it reminds me of when I have an iPhone. This is the 13 Pro Max. Nothing fancy. But it has a 120 hertz screen. When it dies, when it's going to die and you press low power mode, which I don't do. If I do it, it's by accident. But it'll be like, oh, you got 20 or 15% remaining, switch to low power mode or cancel or whatever. So if you press low power mode, it cuts your screen hertz to 60. So when I'm going from 120 to 60, I'm like, oh, this is ugly. This is bad. This is choppy. It's the same thing with me for gaming. I notice really weird shit. And so like when I'm gaming at 60, when I'm playing all these games at 60 FPS, and then I try to play a game at 30, it just bugs me. I can't do it. Truthfully, I can't. The back. That is crazy. Let's see what's good with Wings, man. It says random teammates snap back. I love when the teammates get back at him because he thinks that he can sit there on his mighty throne, say whatever he wants to these people, and they don't say nothing. So when they actually do say shit back, it's good shit.
Shut up. Go take care of your kids,
Dog, I ain't got no motherfucking kids, son. I'm fat as fuck.
He said, go take care of your kids,
Dog, I need you to carry me and my obese belly.
That's crazy, man. And August, next month, I'll be 32. I don't need people calling me Unk, man. I don't think 32 ain't Unk status, is it? I feel like Unk status is. I feel like in your 40s, you Unk status. But like, you know, and I feel 40 plus might be OG. Okay, OG might be 45 plus. Unk is like 40, 45. But I don't want to be unk, man. I'm only gonna be 32. I'm not unk. I still feel young. You know what I mean? I don't want to be unk. But I remember when I would play City League football. And that's like, you know, with the city, everybody in the city gets teams. It's a little touch league. It's a little touch football league. You know, it's cool. It's cool though. It gets me out the house. And then the young comers, the youngins, the young guns. Somebody called me OG. I'm like, hold up, bro. Yo, OG. You not about to call me OG, bro. I'm 31 years old. You not about to sit there and call me OG, bro. I'm not letting that. I ain't letting that shit happen. So you got to chill on that shit.
Don't hold an angle. Yeah, another guy, he's on back of the car. Yeah, just leave, just leave. Shoot towards that door again.
Oh, the bully compilations? Yeah, those are fire. Those are fire.
Really? Oh, okay.
These were eliminated. Oh, this is failure.
Well, it's like this person had to be hurted. I lit Doka up. Why does my chest dangle to my knees when I sit down? Because I got big ass titties.
He say hurted?
You took all your breath to say that.
Motherfucker, I told you I was fat. You not believe me the first time I said it?
You proud to be fat?
Yeah, I'm proud to be fat. Are you proud to be illiterate? What's a predicate?
You know that's a sin?
You know it's a sin to be a dumbass too, right?
There you go with
You
this
born into
shit,
sin,
dog.
bud.
It was a predicate.
Yeah, but that
Mod bed, Dougie, please, for making a fool out of the plump pimp. Please, thank you in advance. Shout out the road runner, man. Shout out the road
First off,
runner.
Wiki don't drink Pepsi. He drinks like Pepsi Max. They don't have actual Pepsi
Max.
in fucking United Kingdom.
What's the difference between the Pepsi I drink?
About 30 grams of sugar.
Probably more, to be honest with you.
So your diabetes is what's different.
Dog, diabetes in a bottle, son. That shit ice cold too.
You don't even like Pepsi.
I like Pepsi, but I prefer Coca-Cola.
If you cut wings open, he bleeding out Pepsi or in Coke, bro. And it's crazy. I didn't realize how messed up our food and stuff was until I watched on YouTube. This is what happens on YouTube. You start watching something and then 5 hours later, you're onto a completely different subject or category. But anyways, I ended up watching these people in England try American snacks, right? And like they talking about comparing the US snacks and all this other shit to the UK's. And they like laugh at the amount of sugar and stuff that they have in it. And they say it's too sweet and all this other stuff. I'm like, damn, bro, we really just load our shit up with sugar. It's just crazy to see how we are so unhealthy in other places, you know. Got the same branding of shit, by the way. It'll be the same. You'll have Pepsi there and Pepsi here. Our Pepsi here is way worse. You'll have Coca-Cola here, Coca-Cola there. Our Coca-Cola here is way worse and shit like that. It's wild.
A shirtless
It's
on
disgusting.
stream is $200 total donations and a request.
Who watches you?
Have I seen the new anime Boku no Pico? Boku no
I watched
Pico.
your
It's crazy.
gameplay. You
Nah, I
should
didn't.
watch
I'm
it.
actually yo, what's up? Majestic, what's good, bro? Majestic Toaster, what's up? No, I didn't see that anime. What's it about? My dude, hope all is good. All is good, bro. All is good now, bro. Jay, I appreciate it, bro. What's that anime about though? I'm actually watching 86 right now. I heard 86 was mad good, so that's what I'm watching. I heard that was fire, so that's what I'm watching. And then I just got done finishing Bleach, the 1,000-Year Blood War. That was fire. I didn't expect it to just cut. I didn't know we gonna get left on a cliffhanger like that, so I guess I gotta wait for the new season. But Bleach was fire, so I'm watching 86 now.
Honestly,
That's fire.
I don't want to. Good move.
who beats me? Me or Rastoff? Doug, I beat Rastoff like a drum, an absolute drum.
Second part for insertion. You found a bomb. Make your way to its location.
Oh, you're all with the love today.
Like I don't believe in your ass, son. I think you should start playing support and learning how to drone.
I think you should
18 live viewers, let's go. Soon you'll catch up the wings view count.
What did you say?
That's crazy, dog. Killstone wild as hell for that. That was wild.
Big man.
That's
Skinny
wild.
it down.
But
I
shout
feel
out
you.
to everybody watching. I appreciate it, man. Shout out
Me
to
too.
everybody.
10 seconds.
Yo, fat
Our-
ass.
What's 12
Our
times
room
6?
where I ban
mama.
anybody with an
You
anime
don't know, I
profile,
feel
please,
you.
honestly.
Enjoy mopping and floors, Playboy.
Like Wings is talking to you're not even talking in confidence, bro. You like you're not even talking in confidence. You got no nerve to talk to these people like that, bro. considering your circumstances and who the hell you are.
Yeah, motherfucker, I dropped out of school, but guess what? I went back and finished. Do you know what I learned the other day? That, hey, Critical, hey, chill a lot, dude. Thank you for the $5. Appreciate the love, man. I learned the other day, like, you got to get like a 50% to get an F now. It used to be like 70 or lower when I was in school. Like, they've lowered the bar crazy on kids.
What? Hold on. He said what?
What did you get?
Oh,
Hold on.
dude. Like,
Hold on. Oh, my fault. That's my volume.
I did a lot of truancy.
What did
when I
he
was in
say?
school.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Like, depends on when I went. I did a lot of
Oh,
truancy.
I went back.
Crazy on kids. Appreciate the love, man.
Because
I
his
learned
math
the other
wasn't
day, like,
mathing.
you got to get like a 50% to get an F now. It used to be like 70 or lower when I was in school. Like, they've lowered the bar crazy on kids.
I don't think a 70 was ever an F. A 70% was never an F. What the hell are you talking about? A 70 was never an F. That makes me question your school eligibility, Wings. What are you talking about? A 70% was never an F. A 70% was never an F. Am I wrong? A 70% was never an F. Was never an F. You did not fail if you got a 70.
Oh, dude. Like, depends on
That's
when
a
I went.
62
I did a lot
IQ.
of
That's a
truancy when I was
62
in school.
IQ for real.
I just didn't go. I got picked on a lot, so I didn't want to go.
Final grade.
Collected pounds like they
dropped out.
Funko Pops. That's crazy.
I dropped out and I went back on my GED.
That's what I'm saying. A
kid.
70 is past it. Like, in certain things, a 70, I would be happy as hell with a 70. Like, all right, cool. Like, this is good shit.
HD in Rainbow.
Like, I was talking about Call of Duty the other day. I'm like, dog,
That's what
I
I'm
could
saying.
write,
Like 65 and below. Thank you, 1 minute, man. 65 and below. That was always what I was taught. Is 65 and below. 65 is passing. Below 65 was a failing grade, but 65 was like that mark.
this paper on this shit from just like holding an angle.
That's a fact.
Yeah, dog. Why? You don't say hi?
Yeah, what's up? What you streaming on?
YouTube. I got about 250 viewers.
Yeah. What's your YouTube?
What's your name?
Wings of Redemption.
Wing.
Oh man,
Yeah, Redemption.
they about to look that shit up, and it's about to change their life. They changed mine. I typed that Wings of Redemption in a couple years ago. That's changed my life. Here I still am. I got friends. I got y'all. Y'all know what I mean? It's weird, man. Don't go in that rabbit hole. You're gonna find out a lot of weird shit. A lot of weird shit about this dude.
REDEMPTION. There you go.
Hold on, what's the full name?
Wings of Redemption. Yeah.
42 and retired. That's good shit, bro.
OF.
Retired at
It's got
42?
predicate. Alright, can you tell me why we're on West US?
Because the game hates me. Dude, I suck.
I thought he was done with Rainbow.
Jinxie got the master in the art of carry. Fucking stomp and carry that motherfucker like a backpack.
Yo, what you hating on Jinxie for?
Because I'm friends with him. I can't hate on him.
It's got your moments to talk trash.
He said he'll send me $20 if I TK you.
Yeah, it's
Tell him
wild,
this shit,
bro.
shit Venmo. Venmo. Tell him Venmo. I'll let you TK me. I'm trying to get your bread up.
Nah.
Nah, give me a Venmo, boss.
I can't even TK you. I'm on friendly fire.
The problem with Cash App, you can charge back on Cash App. You can't charge back on Venmo. So you got to hit the Venmo up. And what they like to do is they like to give like cards that they've already
You could
used.
charge back on Cash App. How motherfuckers? How you even finding this shit out? How y'all even finding this? I didn't know you could charge back on
They
Cash App.
really pulling plays out the crackhead book. Am I flirting with him because I'm speaking Ebonics? No,
That's
motherfucker,
good
I grew
shit,
up in the
man.
hood. I
That's
grew up
good
in Holt
shit.
Gardens.
Hey, watch them kids. I don't know how old the kids is, but kids is a handful, dog. Kids is a handful. I got one. And, we hip to hip all day, all the time. Kids is a handful. Just keep them away from wings,
Ain't no
man.
way.
Keep them away from wings.
Yeah,
Really.
I lived on the cul-de-sac, motherfucker.
Big ups,
what's it
bro.
like being a
Right hop. Big ups.
You ready to
I started
Needed
out
something
as
to
a
listen to
YouTuber,
at work? Well, I got you, bro.
and I moved to streaming but for necessity because I became Friends Season 7. I used to be a big COD YouTuber back in the day.
You quit?
I got tired of it, man. Like you play a game for like 10 years, you put
Damn,
thousands of hours
he's
into
living.
it burns
Wings is living life right now. He's like, damn. Somebody asked me about my prime days. Hey, y'all talk about my prime days. It remind me of the one dude. who would be like, when shit back in high school, I had about 700 yards in the championship game that I tore my ACL, would have made it to the league. No, damn well he lying, man. Wings is about to gas up his heyday in his prime. You know, he was all right, but he wasn't. He about to lie. Got about 7,000 yards in the championship game. They gave me the ball the whole game. That tore my ACL.
Like you get mad about everything that happens in the game because you
He
have to
talk
play
about
so
his
often.
heyday.
He ain't lying.
Oh my lord.
I paid my
A
house off
Letterman
playing
jacket
Call of
for
Duty,
Kyle
though.
is crazy.
I've had to fight with my mother about ownership rights and shit like that. Because I took this house over on a verbal agreement. Well, both our names are on the deed for like who legally owns. It's a 75-25. Me being the 25.
This shit get me every time. He like, we both own it. If it's 75-25, bro, you ain't got shit. It ain't. That's why Wings, dog. That's why they call it 50-50. Because 50 and 50 equals a whole. 75 and 25 equals a whole, but it ain't equal whole. You know what I mean? It's not equal halves. You don't own shit. That's funny, dog.
25. Me being the 25.
But my name is on the deed.
Yeah,
Nobody
they gonna
can sell
see that.
without
They
my-
gonna see that because when you type in Wings of Redemption, like you see all the clips, you see all the highlights and compilations and shit. You know what I mean? Or at least that's how it was for me. I don't know how it still is, but so when they're gonna go search them in, they about to see because they was fucking on the regular. They're about to see some shit.
consent.
They're about to see some shit. They about to see
5
some
seconds
shit, man.
You donate me $10.
They
if
about
you-
to see as soon as they type in, they about to click on a video. It's gonna say, yeah, I'm racist to a point. They about to see some
a team
shit.
killed my allies. Your name is Chargeback Charlie.
Wait till
Why
see
would I
they
believe
say
you?
it's about to be
Matter of fact,
crazy.
Chargeback Charlie. Here's what I need you to do. I need you to go ahead and take a picture of the $10 individually so I can see the serial numbers. Let me know they're real. Matter of fact, this is Trump's economy. I need more than $10. I need 15 because $10 don't buy what $10 used to buy. I need 15 to buy what 10
We
used to
should
buy.
have shown
How much
his
is your
vibe.
Mackie builder? How much is your average?
Oh,
Bro,
I got a
that's
wife,
wild.
So like my shit be running like $25.
For you, just for you.
Oh yeah, that's right. My fault. Xbox. Yeah, he was a 35-year-old kid. 35-year-old kid.
Just taking your shit.
How dare I? I
$11,
take
something
that
like
back.
Yeah,
He was a
$25,
35-year-old kid.
Like 2 quarter-pounder combos, like $11 each plus taxes. Woo! In, going office. In office. So if your niece
You
is
sound like Porky Pig. Hey, mate. Off. You sound like Porky Pig.
tell your nieces to quit being broke and give me some money. That's how you know you're from the ghetto when you like Tostino's pizza. You can smell my hands from there because your mama pussy stink. Dark side of t-shirts. Get out here with that mess. Ducks. Then what the fuck you be eating if you think?
Tostitos pizzas are fire. I ain't gonna hold you. There's certain things like growing up, you just keep with you, dog. Tostitos pizzas are fire. On occasion, they fire. And you know what else is fire, bro? If you know, this was culinary at its finest when you growing up from struggle. Is when you got we call it cinnamon toast. I don't know what y'all call it. But when you have toast, put a layer of butter on that bitch, some salt and some cinnamon, bro, that shit went triple platinum in the hood. It did. Cinnamon toast. All you needed was some bread, some butter, some cinnamon that we always had in the back of the damn pantry for no reason, because I don't remember ever using cinnamon, and some sugar, man. Cinnamon toast went triple platinum in the hood, man. That's a good struggle. That's a good struggle dessert. I ain't have that since. I need to, though. It's good. That's good. Shout out to cinnamon toast.
If what I eat slop. I bet every meal in your house is like brown rice and like broccoli or some shit.
Watching
right?
while at the
Who
office?
eats that shit on a regular?
Cool, bro. That's good.
Like you really.
Not on a regular, but
That's good
nice.
stuff.
What's the last fast food you ate, Wicked?
You could afford
You can't be trying to eat stuff like that.
You look like Eric Cartman from South Park.
You used to make that live the kid. It's good shit,
See
bro.
Cheat God.
That's fan video and I came in the store at gunpoint robbing the store, and Richard led the robbers right into the manager safe and let them escape. Is that a real story? Hold on. Is that a real story? Winks once worked at a family video. on a night shift, and some people came in the store at gunpoint. I feel like I watched a video about this. Robbing the store, he led the robbers right into the manager's safe and let them escape. Why do I feel like that sounds familiar to me? Is that real? Can somebody confirm that? That's a real story. That is. I knew that sounded familiar. That's wild as hell. It said, arms up, it's a stick up. Nah, motherfucker, come this way. I'm not gonna die for this shit. That's wild, man. That's funny.
Yeah, I gotta work.
Before you went to work.
Why do we gotta see like it's already costing us money?
This is who you married. That's the title of this one. Oh boy. Yeah, he told on PK. Okay, now that makes sense. Now it's coming together.
So, this is the stuff that I'm talking about.
This is who you married.
Downfall of Wings. Down the rabbit hole video. That's a good video. The Down the rabbit hole video is a good video. How long y'all think they marriage gonna last? Do you think, oh, let me say this. I mean, I don't want to sound rude and, you know, but we talking, we shooting this shit, right? Do you think that they're together in 10 years? Wings and Kelly and Wings. Do you think they're together in 10 years? I don't know, man. I forgot how long they've been together already. I don't think they're gonna be together in 10 years from now. I don't think they're gonna be together. I just don't.
Say my name.
Breaking Banquet.
You're goddamn
I
right.
got away with 4
Worried
DVD
about Iran getting a nuke.
Mission
You're just playing into the
Impossible.
fear, man. Iran probably had a nuke most of the time we've
That's
been alive.
funny as hell.
Because, like, let me tell you a secret.
Oh, he playing Liza P? I gotta finish the DLC. I got it on my computer. Liza P is fire. I played it when it came out, and I do gotta finish the DLC, but Liza P is fire.
Right? Just because Netanyahu says, "Oh, this is going to be,"
If they're
a good
still
idea,
alive,
these guys might have nuclear weapons.
that is true. She do seem too nice to leave somebody, but who knows, man? What if she finds somebody else on the side or something? I don't know, but she do seem, you know. That's a good point.
Weapons are burr, 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 burr.
The
Remember
hood cinnamon
whole war in
toast, bro.
Iraq? Remember that? Remember Saddam
Hood
Hussein
cinnamon
and his
toast,
nuclear
man.
regimen?
That shit, cinnamon toast went triple platinum everywhere, man. If you have cinnamon toast for dinner, you have cinnamon toast for dessert and sleep for dinner. That shit was cinnamon toast.
That was I just woke up.
Creme de la
Had to go
creme.
to Costco?
Yeah, I got to work.
Well, that's why I messaged you before you went to work.
Yes,
Why
that
would I
marriage
want to ride to
over.
Costco? Why even need to go to Costco?
They're just roommates. No, that's what I said before. They just roommates.
Why do we got to order? See, like it's already costing us money. Like this thing, we don't. That.
She gets 75% of the trailer.
Okay.
Yeah, she'll get 20. She'll get left with the 25%.
I know. Wear and tear on the vehicle.
The stuff that doesn't need to happen.
That we don't need a cake.
We don't need a cake. We don't need a graduation party.
You're so. Why are you so blasé? See, this is.
She wanted to go in. She knew he was live, but she had to stop herself. Why are you so? She didn't want to mess up everything, but she wanted to say some shit. Get it off your chest, Kelly.
This is the stuff
Get that shit
I'm
off.
talking about.
Fire
You realize
spam.
I could
I
be
never
multi-
had fire spam, but spam was good too. And so I realized, like, eating meat out of a can. That one day I was just like, all right, come on, man, this ain't good. But when I was a kid, spam was good, bro. So I didn't know what the hell it was, but spam was good. Never fried it. Had fried bologna, unfortunately, but never fried the spam.
In there, and I still would.
Spam was good, though.
right?
Spam is probably still good, but it looked like you eating human meat out of a can. So
This
I
is
don't know.
who you
I
married.
stay away from that shit, though.
But this is what I'm talking about. Like, it's not, in the grand scheme of things, me going to buy a cake is not that big of a deal. I shouldn't have a nervous breakdown about it.
This is true. That was such a deep and eloquent response, means. When in doubt, just hit him with the When in doubt.
I could debate this with you.
Are we gonna
You
go
can't
the route-
debate. That's the problem, Wings. You can't debate other, like, talking about other people's feelings. She said she feels like she shouldn't have a mental breakdown over a cake, and that's just what she feels. You can't change her mind. You can't, Reddit can't save you on this one, bro. You know what I mean? Golly, he the type to try to get the last word all the time. The last tried it, fried it, and make you reconsider. Yeah, really? It's fire? Because she trying to make a fat person taco and Zaxby's Texas toast and chicken fingers. A Vienna sausage. See, that's the thing. Vienna sausages is too far. Because first of all, they don't look appealing at all. Second of all, they stink, man. My son eat them damn things. The juices alone, the smell of them damn things is gross. It's nauseating. I ain't hating. You like it, you like it. But personally, not for me. It's just the smell and never have been.
No. You're acting like buying a cake shouldn't be a big deal, but like how many people in this world live paycheck to paycheck, and then they bought a cake, they would actually get kicked out their house. You don't live in that world. Like, it's a big deal to a lot of people. A lot of people can't afford a luxury item like a cake.
You're not.
So now Wings is this big old you know what I mean? He's on some like I'm for the people type shit. Wings, dog. And y'all get this. We all struggled before, right? We all had struggle. But during our struggles, we would never get mad or think about it's like some type of way, feel some type of way if we saw somebody with a cake. That's not, nah. So we just trying to play this whole big, I'm for the people, and 70% of Americans are struggling and all this stuff. Like, bro, we don't care, man. Let her get the damn cake. We do not care. What's that meme say? We do not care.
Paying for the dang cake.
Crazy.
I know I'm not paying for the cake, but regardless, like
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, this is the same dude that said Dark Souls is an emotional experience, by the way.
This is not cake is not a federal issue.
Oh man, they just nasty, bro. They just nasty.
Why are we making a federal issue over a cake?
Yeah, that is crazy. It is laughable. You know, she's just trying to, she's like, hey man, I'm about to go run grab this cake. And this dude's talking about how Americans are struggling and people living paychecks to paychecks, and people don't got that luxury to just buy cakes because they don't know where their next meal is coming from. Like, bro, I just trying to buy a cake, dude. What the fuck? What the hell is you on right now? It is a cake. It's not like she's trying to go out there and buy a Lambo just for the hell of it and just cruise around and flex. She's just trying to buy a cake for a graduation party, dog. And he's trying to look at the bigger picture. There is no bigger picture, dog. She just want to get a cake, bro. The people who struggling ain't gonna be mad if she got a cake. I promise you.
she's not crying.
Dougie, thoughts on DSP going MIA this week? What the hell was I just listening to?
She's not crying.
All right, well, that's not okay. She crying, dog. But Dougie, thoughts on DSP going MIA? I didn't know DSP went MIA this week. I didn't know. I haven't seen or heard anything about DSP. He just don't pop up on my YouTube. But the last thing I heard from DSP was something about he was saying shit about the Switch 2. That was dumb, obviously. He could say the right thing, but it starts off well with DSP, like sometimes. Well, I'm like, okay, and he might make sense here, and then just go left, and then he just say dumb shit, and he don't make no sense at all. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I don't get DSP at all. Wings, it sounds like crying, dog.
Anyway, they don't open till
DSP's
10,
wife ate him.
30.
Yo, what happened to his wife? His wife, I get it. Like people get together, they get married, they change, they get a little beefier, they go for They go from a Bulbasaur to a Ivysaur. You know, it happens. It happens. They go from a Squirtle to a Blastoise. You know, it happens. But that shit crazy, man. That shit's crazy, dog. What happened to DSP wife? I ain't gonna say nothing else. I don't want to be rude. I try not to be. It's a family friendly show we got here.
Okay.
So see, there is a bright spot for you.
Mm-hmm.
You could even have Dairy Queen today.
Wings keeps them. I don't really eat sweets like that. Kelly keeps emergency. Kelly keeps emergency ice cream though.
You feel my emergency ice cream. Don't even play.
Dog, Kelly, the other day when I went to sleep early, she DoorDashed herself ice cream.
No. I did that while you were working. Thank you very much.
That's crazy.
You wouldn't go to sleep. To be fair, though, I was working. I had a ton of stuff to do.
I remember the whole casino thing with DSP. That he tried to make it seem like the Kino casino thing was all part of his master plan. And I get secondhand embarrassment from that shit. I really do. Because what a fucking moron. He was playing 4D chess. And the whole Kino casino thing was just like part of his elaborate plan. And he knew they were snakes all along. Nah, man. You thought those were your damn friends, bro. You really did. You thought them motherfuckers was your friends. Laughing with them, keying with them and all that other shit, bro. And then they flipped the script and they got you. They have DMs and everything and they got you. And you just wanted to, your response was, guys, it's all part it's all part of my master plan. Like, no, it wasn't, bro. Shut up.
And there was
Shut
one
up.
item I needed.
DSP is a moron.
And the rest were just add-ons.
Mm.
And I got your chips and stuff. I'm not arguing. This is not Kelly arguing, by the way. You'd know if I was arguing. But no, he was distracted working, so he had his headset on so he couldn't hear the bag rattle. So I went ahead and DoorDashed while he was... But I didn't do it out his account. I did it out my bank account.
Which this whole like you having a separate bank account that's just for your like auto drafts. It's not like separate money. It's all our money.
And to keep Jordy from asking me what I did with that money, he don't want that $1.50 hot dog. He gonna want Dairy Queen or Zaxby's. Probably Dairy Queen.
What happened to Locale? I'm not part of it no more. No game audio? Right, there isn't any game audio, is it? Hold up. Like it went back to default instead of my live game.
This shit make me want to play Liza P, bro.
about
Liza P is fire. Liza P is a good one. It is a good one.
Locale's finances. Any plans for a Rambo stream? Those are your favorites. You and every troll in the fucking market. When I get upset and these I work harder. I pretty much don't have a rainbow team right now, so it doesn't matter. Which is fine. Like I need to fall back and just get out of rank completely and just play quick match.
I don't think Wings, I don't think you need to be falling back at all. You need to care for the ones behind you before you're thinking about falling back. You don't need to be doing none of that shit.
I still got you got added. But like the fact that he wanted to pull Diamond Skittle into that party, that's a no-no. Wings, you should really talk about locale finances. I can't. I signed the NDA. I'm not gonna talk about locale finances. That will get me sued. Any plans on Rainbow Stream? We tell you those are your favorite.
I don't know what you mean by that, Majestic.
Again, like it's,
I don't think I want to know what you mean by that.
Dang. One of my biggest issues with locale or being on locale was like everything was 2v1. Everything was 2v1. It got to the point where I'd ask
here we go, boo-hoo.
like, why even bring Boogie in here? He's just going to parrot what you're going to say. This is obviously a conversation between me and you. And I understand that what you're saying goes twice. Thoughts on locale not being able to hit 4K viewers anymore, man? Where's the old podcast at? I could give Keemstar the advice he needs to hear. But I don't want to ruin anybody else's chances of making money because I don't know what their chances are. But like Rastov ain't to play.
Okay, I see.
It's not me trying to advocate for my spot back. I don't want it back.
Is Wings in his 30s? I ask his age all the time, and you guys tell me his age, but I forget how old Wings is, dog. He's got to be almost 40 now, right? Right? He got to be, as the kids would say, pushing 40, bro. He's got to be pushing 40.
If you want your
how
numbers
old is Wings?
to come back, it isn't going to
38?
be like
Yeah, 38, 39.
Road with a sign saying like he loves gay people.
That's crazy, man.
what made local work and what made
This dude is aging like milk on a sunny day, bro.
local bring numbers was the dynamic where people seen you put.
That is crazy.
We're seeing Keemstar, not Boogie. Keemstar put in a position where people told him no, right? And the problem is you fill everything around with yes men. When Boogie does stuff like that, it's cool, right? Like it's whatever, you know, that's fun. But you got to create the endearing
it looks
part of the
rough, man. He got a
podcast
lot
as
of grays going
The
on.
endearing part is where where people start to like everybody in the podcast.
It's from all that, yeah, it is from all that look here, look, listen, man.
And they get favorites and they want to see you guys' personalities.
No, what happened with Local is people found out that it was just scripted bullshit, dog. I mean, there was people out there who actually believe the shit, but some of the shit was obviously fake and scripted. But what happened was people found out it was bullshit. That's what happened, is that people found out it was bullshit. And they try to like make it seem like it wasn't bullshit. You know what I mean? That's like the WWE saying, no, our beef and our action that we got, like the action is real. Like I get to slamming people and all that. That's not what I'm talking about. But the beef and the feuds that they come up with are real. That's like you know what I mean? That's it's not. The feuds are all storylines, bro. You're not about to sit here and tell me that they beefing is real. You know, so Local is trying to make it seem like the shit that they got going on ain't scripted. It is. And people don't want to watch scripted shit. You know, it takes off. WWE is different. I guess I used a bad example because even though it's scripted, I mean, I guess you could say the same for Local, but it's just different. It's like you could find, I might be cooked. I was gonna say some people out there like WWE because they think it's interesting and shit, and some people want to watch the athletes. Some people want to watch people's, you know, the guys or girls jiggle bits and all this other stuff. You know what I mean? But then there's honestly people out there who like Local, so I might be cooked. But I feel like a lot of people stop watching it because it's bullshit.
Intertwine. Right now, it looks like the three Budweiser frogs going Budweiser, you know, shit like that. It's like Trump is great. Boogie's like, yeah.
Oh yeah, Keem know what he was doing. I'm not gonna hold you. He a little evil elf. But Keem know what the hell he be doing, bro. He do. I ain't gonna lie. Can't even lie. He know what he be doing.
Trump is great. You know, it's like, and then Rastoff's over here like, I don't know. I'm not
yeah. Oh, that is. Yo, bro. Yo, son. Bro says, speaking of WWE, Wings gave Kelly the cleanest Batista bomb of the last decade. Oh my God, bro. Somebody should have put like Jim Ross or whatever on like commentating over her going through that table, bro. It's not funny, but like, can you imagine that shit? Oh my God, right through the table. As God is my witness. That shit would be so funny, man. Oh my God, bro. That was his wife, and he just put her through the table. That's funny as hell, man. That was crazy. Yo, bro, he trucked her out of the way. He straight up Ray Lewis that woman, and she went through that table. That's fucking
from
crazy.
America, go Trump. You know, that's
get the heck off me
right now.
That is wild.
And that's what it can't be, right? If you want the success that comes along with or the prior success.
Dudley Styles, yeah, he did, bro. He that was like the Undertaker when he threw Mankind off the fucking Hell in the Cell when he went through that table, bro. Oh my God! Oh my God! Hey yo, man, if I figure out how to do that shit, bro, I would do that shit, bro. It's like, again, it's not funny. Like it's not funny, but it's the fact that it's Wings It is just like, I don't know, bro. Actually, now that I say it out loud, it's not. It's probably not funny, but it's just the fact that it's the wrestling. If you know wrestling and you know the lore, it's shit. It's crazy.
Success, you got to have a little bit of both.
It's crazy.
That's my
It's
advice.
crazy.
Rastov, learn about American politics, form an opinion. It doesn't have to be devil's advocate, but form an opinion.
Oh man, what a
Needs to
slobber
be
knocker.
of your own. You don't have to disagree just because it's
That's
going to tell
funny.
you disagree. You just got to have a legitimate opinion of your own, whether if you agree with them or not. That's what will help the show. There's no amount of shaving your head or like dyeing your hair a different color or like showing off Desi's haircut that's going to change the fact that's what the show's missing. Yeah, my Reddit read up knowledge. Thank you. Damn, Joy, dude, you were playing Gunfight with Woods Garbage. That's one of my mods. He wasn't that bad. I played Gunfight with way worse. I think my worst gunfight partner is what's his name? His name's Thomas, but I don't remember his gamer tag name. The guy who has a little bit of a speech impediment. Oh, like I was just in an ill mood. Like when I first go into Call of Duty, I'm mad. I'm always mad when I first go into Call of Duty. That is not your fault, 672. 672. Rest in peace, 672. I haven't seen that boy in a minute. What's my thoughts on Becky creating her own LCU? I hope she has success. I have no ill will about her. Like
that Becky bitch, bro. Yo, there's some like to each his own. Like I get it, but there's some people out there that be simping for that Becky bitch, bro. She really do look like Penguin from Batman. Like I'm not even trying to. That's ugly. And she loud and she's annoying. There's people out there who really simp for Becky, bro. She seemed like a Becky. So there probably is gonna be some people who watch her shit. She make her own shit. People gonna watch this shit, bro.
Like stifling
People
creativity
weird,
doesn't make your light shine any brighter.
She's got the boobas, that's why.
Competition is what brings
Oh
success.
man,
The reason
you
Coca-Cola's
right
as
though.
big as it is
That's why
because
they
of
gonna
Pepsi.
watch.
The reason PlayStation is as big as it is because of Microsoft, right? Like you got to have somebody that's pushing the envelope somewhere to create innovation.
I agree with him. He's spitting there. You need competition to make innovation. Unfortunately, you would think that's the case with Microsoft and PlayStation this go around, but both of them is fucking up. One might be worse than the other, but two wrongs don't make it right. I don't know what the hell PlayStation doing. I don't know what the hell Microsoft is doing. I don't know what the plan is. Microsoft is doing weird. They want to be the Netflix of gaming. PlayStation, where the hell are the games? Like, I feel like there's always been when you got the PS2, that was such a big jump from PS1 to PS2. There's such a big jump from even PS2 to PS3. And then you got the PS3 to PS4, you're like, oh, okay. And then you got from PS4 to PS5, you're like, all right, it's a little better. But like, I don't know. And then a lot of the games you could play on the PS4, I mean, I'm sure, lower frame rates and shit like that. But it's like, what are we doing, man? I mean, I'm trying to think of the PS5 exclusives. Final Fantasy Rebirth is on PC now, but when that came out, that was fire. It didn't look the best though. It wasn't the best looking game, but I don't know. I feel like maybe that's just the unk in me, but gaming it's lost its pop. It really has. And then you see these people who made Expedition 33. That game is beautiful, dog. Expedition 33 that was made by like 30 people. That game is beautiful. And I don't know. The big companies just don't give a damn about how their games look and experiences. Expedition 33 is probably gonna be game of the year. And I hope it does get game of the year. Because that game was amazing. I beat the game. The story was good. Everything about it was good. It was a little confusing at the end. And I had to go back and, look at how the story made sense, the ending. But once it clicked, I got it. It's a beautiful game. But I feel like these companies, I don't know. AAA gaming is just going down, dog. AAA gaming is going down for real.
Right. So like Becky creating her own LCU could be a success to both of them. They both.
Crush, what's good, bro? How am I doing? I'm doing good, man. You missed the videos? They gonna be here, man. I'm gonna make a video tomorrow. But right now I wanted to live stream. the, you know, I said this earlier, but you know, just I haven't live streamed for you guys in a while. I like talking to you guys live. It's a different vibe. You know what I mean? Y'all make me laugh. That shit is funny as hell. Hopefully I make y'all laugh. But I feel like I've been going for so long because what's been going on in my personal life. I kind of owe it to y'all. You know what I mean? To just sit here for a couple hours, shoot the shit, to watch some wings, have a good time, you know? So that's, you know, that's why I'm here. But I miss y'all too. The guys are flying her out as well. Damn, guys are flying her out. Look here, look, listen, appearing online does not living on the table. That's crazy.
Both Pepsi and Coke are legitimately have their own fan bases, and they both help each other out. Like, you don't be Atari. Atari didn't want competition. Atari wanted market domination, and Atari died because they were unable to compete with competition. You got to innovate. Don't be a Wings of Redemption. Which I'm happy with the life I have. So it is what it is. Like I never understood it for a long time, but I understand it now.
Yeah, you need competition, man. That's why. And I'm sorry if I'm gonna talk about, you know, sports and shit. I don't want to hear about that, but that's why Madden sucks so damn much, bro. Madden has been so trash. I'm an NFL dude, right? I need my NFL fix, unfortunately. But like Madden is so trash because they the only ones who make NFL games, and that game is trash, bro. It don't feel like football. You know, franchise mode is trash, but they can do whatever they want because they're the only ones making NFL games. So Madden and EA is like,
what are they gonna do? Go to the other guys?
There is no other guys. And the NFL is such a big entity, you know what I mean? That, oh, I said that like DSP. Ugh.
Entity.
It's a big entity that, you know, that people won't, you know, it's just bullshit. I feel like I don't know, monopolies are never a good thing. Never a good thing.
Sometimes you're just happy with what you got. Atari
yeah, that shit was wild, bro. That's funny as hell.
But Atari didn't try to keep up with the Joneses. They wanted to continue sell cheap games and take all profit of the market. Which Atari's still not technically dead. The brand name's out there, but like you can make
Atari is like hanging on by like the smallest fucking thread.
Good living off 600 viewers. Can we get your official take on Iran or Israel? My official take is if Israel wants to start a war, they should go start a war on their own without America's backup. Right? The fact is that America should not even sniff this war unless we're actually attacked by Iran.
Microtransactions. That's another thing that's ruined gaming, bro, is microtransactions. Whoever came up with DLC and microtransactions, I don't even know. But I hope you go to use the TV one day and your remotes never work. you know what I mean? This is that ruined gaming, man. And there's gotta be, I feel like laws gotta be looked at, especially when it comes to, and I'm seeing this one thing on Twitter I've been looking at the other day, I think Monday, the whole killing games thing or whatever they got, the petition they got going around in the EU, I think. And that's good shit, because what these companies do is they come out with these live service games and then they can just decide to pull the plug on them when people out there spend real life money on that shit. Like if I spend money on a game, especially after I already bought the game and I put additional funds into the game, and for a company to just pull the plug on that, that's fucking wild. 2K does that shit. That's why I stopped playing NBA 2K like online and shit. I was like, you know what, man? What are you doing? I'm putting this money into this game. First of all, it's a scam, but I put this money in this game for the next year or two. In a year or two, they just gonna pull the plugs, and then all that money is literally down the drain. So that's kind of messed up.
Wants to go and start fights, Israel can go start fights on
Yeah, that's
their
a fact.
own
I stopped playing most
and not have all
most
the
games,
backup. Because
multiplayer games.
here's a simple fact, right? The way I look at Israel is like this.
Yo, I
Israel-
forgot NFL Europe. The NFL Europe was in like that was like the PS2 Maddens, right? I was gonna say Madden 04 and shit like that when the NFL had the when the Maddens had the
It's like a
Europe
little
League.
brother that like kills cats in the woods, and it gets mad at America because we won't beat up everybody that calls it fucking.
Yeah, bro, that's
strange.
wild. Yo, NBA 2K, they came out, they released a screenshot yesterday or the other day. They released a screenshot of their new game that's coming out and said, hey, y'all pre-order it. So they're asking for pre-orders before even showing gameplay or a trailer. And even their trailers don't show shit. Madden and 2K got that shit down where like they zoom in as close as they can and show as little as possible. And then got the nerve to ask for pre-orders. That is crazy, bro. Yeah, Madden 01 and 07. Yeah, that's what I thought. Early Maddens.
Israel can stay.
Yeah, with more sweat, and
stay
it's
in its
crazy.
perpetual fucking wars because Netanyahu's a wartime president. Netanyahu is a terrible leader.
And I don't understand how, and I'm ranting, whatever. 2K, NBA 2K is the only game that can have that much input delay and input lag because of their shitty servers, and nobody calls it out. There's people who call it out. Like, you'll find Reddit threads and shit that people have called it out. But the input delay on 2K is terrible. And then there's people who
Actually, I don't have input delay. It must be your TV. It must be your internet.
no, it's actually not, bro. Everybody experiences input delay on that damn game, and it's bad. I don't know the milliseconds and all that other shit, but it's bad. When you flick the left stick, it'll be a whole second before you move left. You know what I mean? And it is bad. And for a basketball game, that's terrible. And if it was any other game, people would call it out. But because it's NBA 2K, people are simps for that game. And it is crazy. In the year 2025, we got to deal with shitty servers on that game, which is another reason why I stopped playing that shit, bro. It's the non-crossplay servers are actually good. I don't know, man. I don't feel like it's ever been good. The input delay on the game, and it's offline too, you get input delay. You know what I mean? When you move and press a button, you should get that action immediately. You know what I mean? There should be no delay or minuscule delay. You're always gonna have some form of delay. I get that. But it's the reactions, you shouldn't feel the reaction being off. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense. I don't know how servers work. I don't know how that happens. But if you could play Call of Duty with 150 people in your lobby, or Fortnite with 100 people in your lobby, and when you move and everything is snappy, and then you load up on 2K and it feels like you playing in quicksand, that just shouldn't be it. You know what I mean? It's weird, bro.
And America should stay the fuck out of it, but they won't do that.
It's strange, bro.
That's my opinion on the Israel.
I seen a thing that said, there's a YouTuber, I don't know who it was, but shout out to them. They said that the price of a do-rag in NBA 2K cost more than oh, they look like I was crashing out. It costs more than a do-rag in real life. 2K is scamming y'all, taxing y'all. Sports games are a fucking abomination nowadays, bro. They really the hell are.
Situation.
I don't get 2K until that shit's on sale.
Let the Chinese know that how American super soldier Wings escapes the Russian gulags on the regular.
And Wings is over here talking about war. I hate war. I always hate war. I don't think, you know what I mean, war is not the answer to anything. It ain't. War is never, people shouldn't die. Well, the craziest thing I've always thought about wars is that the people who start the wars never die. They rarely die. It's some big shot up in the office with all his money and shit, or all their money and shit. Could be a woman, whatever. And they don't ever die. It's the people who fighting that gotta die. Why are they the ones fighting? You know what I mean? Why don't you take the people from Iran and people from Israel, put them in a 1v1 lobby in the Rust, and let's call it a day. You know what I mean? There's got to be other way than people dying. I don't know. I'm not a fan of war. I just don't feel like, you know, there's other ways to get your point across, you know? That's just me.
A legacy. Washed up YouTuber nobody knows about. I'm just kind of like dead inside.
Oh, this is gonna be a sad one. The name of this one is Dead Inside. COD is like, yeah, I don't play COD, so you know. But yeah. Call of Duty ruined my life. Yeah, this is called Dead Inside. So this one might be a little sad one. Well, speaking of games, we've been talking about games a lot today. So what games are y'all playing? You know, I already told you I'm playing Liza P. I got Liza P when I'm feeling in my gamer mood. And then I got old school RuneScape when I just want to chill. But I'm always playing something. Like I said, it's either Liza P or RuneScape right now. RuneScape's just always been my comfort game. I've been playing RuneScape since 06 or 07. That's just always been my comfort game. I just go in there, play for like an hour and a half, and just get off. You know what I mean? What are y'all playing? What are y'all playing? Oh, you only keep up with Wings for my videos? Oh shit!
Breaking Bad.
I forgot about the Tony Hawk, the 3 and 4 remaster or remake or whatever they did. Is it fire? How much did they change? I haven't. Damn. I remember it was like a trailer a long time ago. Maybe I'm thinking about the other Tony Hawk game that they did before that, the 1 and 2. But 3 and 4, that was my shit. I can't remember which one it was. It wasn't both of them. It was only one of the ones that my brother got it for Christmas, and we played the hell out of that game. Playing Elden Ring, the Night Ring. It feels similar. That's good shit. Yeah, I heard that's one controversy I heard is that some of the game, I mean, the way copyright is and shit in the world, it's hard to maintain the same soundtrack. So I think some of the soundtrack is a little stripped in a remake, but I heard it was pretty good. So I got to get into that. I want to play the Elden Ring Night Ring, but I'm a solo dude. So, and like, I don't think that's like a solo kind of game. So I don't think that game's for me, the Elden Ring Night Ring. I know they have a solo mode, but I don't know, with games like that, it kind of seems like a roguelike type shit. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't think Night Rain is for me. Yeah, I heard you could solo, and I know you can solo, but yeah, I don't know. I felt like with the OG Elden Ring, I liked it because I can be the Elden Lord. You know, but what's the point of Night Rain? I feel like you just queue up, play with your friends, and see what you can do, you know?
Damn right.
Has a movie ever made me cry? Lots of movies make me cry. Songs make me cry. I'm actually an emotional person. I'm just kind of like dead inside. McDonald's.
You're an emotional person, but you left that kitten in that bucket. How do you think that made the kitten feel, Wings?
Today.
There's some sad movies out there,
I
though.
was promised Zaxby's and or Dairy Queen.
Egged it.
You know I always want Zaxby's. Son.
Yeah, we're in the age of remasters. That's a fact. We are in the age of remasters. That is a fact. They like, yo, gaming is so trash these days. We could just milk the whole remaking older games that people gonna, you know what I mean? And it's gonna work. And it's not a bad strategy because there are some good games that came out that they remastered, and there's still some good games that they can remaster that people will love. You know what I mean? A lot of games. Let me think off rip of a game that was really decent to good that deserves a remaster. I think the first one to come to my mind is Alone in the Dark: A New Nightmare. Played it on the PS1. That was a good ass game. Alone in the Dark: A New Nightmare. It came with 2 discs, 2 black ass discs. I don't know why it was black on the bottom. I forgot. There was a reason. But Alone in the Dark, A New Nightmare for the PS1. Any PS2 games? This is gonna be a sleeper one, but Van Helsing, I don't know how to pronounce this shit, was pretty good. Like, that was a decent game on the PS2. Van Helsing on the PS2, that was a good game. I'll buy a remaster of that. That shit was fire. Like the vampires, the werewolves, and all that other shit. Van Helsing was fire.
6.
It didn't tell torture, right?
Fresh Kid, what's good, bro?
Yep.
I'm chilling.
I wouldn't say you're.
The new Ghost of Tsushima game, the new Ghost of Tsushima, Ghost of Yotai. I'm gonna butcher saying this shit. Yotai? Is that how you pronounce it? That shit look fire, bro. Ghost of Yotai look fire.
And like that, but like,
sure
man,
do.
let me say this: if you enjoy other
Metal Gear and Ghost,
if you enjoy other games, once you play Dark Souls, you're never gonna want to play.
I gotta get into Metal Gear. There's been plenty of times where like I'm looking for an open world game, because I like open world games, you know. I like doing exploring shit. And every time I'm online and I look at these lists that people make, Metal Gear, is it 7 or Metal Gear 5? Something Pain, I don't know. Metal Gear something. And they always put it up there. I'm like, one of these days I'm gonna try it out, because apparently that's like one of the GOATs. And it's open world, I guess. So I'm gonna try it. I gotta try that game out.
Ever. Raul, yeah, I'd take $10 million, and I only eat home cooked meals because
Phantom Pain. There you go. It's Phantom Pain.
Zaxby's to come cook in my
stealth genre. Yeah, we ain't getting a lot of stealth games nowadays. I mean, we had Assassin's Creed and that went to shit. I still gotta play Shadows. I guess people on Reddit said Shadows was pretty good, so I'm gonna give Shadow a try. But you know, I know it was just on sale. I'm gonna wait for a bigger sale. You know, I don't want to give Ubisoft all my money. You know, I'm gonna wait for a decent sale.
I'll just renovate the kitchen to look like Zaxby's. Worst interaction with fans.
It's an unfinished story.
I've never had a bad fan interaction. Damn. I mean, like, I think what you could call the worst one was,
they say Fallout New Vegas was like the GOAT. Is that I'm not a Fallout guy, but I heard Fallout New Vegas is like the GOAT of Fallout.
It's like this little 8-year-old came by with his parents while they were on vacation, and he bought me like Wendy's chili and shit. And he didn't think I was home, but I came out to meet him and stuff, and like he was all happy and shit like that.
Damn, Shadows in mid and
everything. And then we took the Wendy's chili in the back, and I opened the bag and it had a note talking about my wife. I was like, oh, appreciate it.
Well, what did it say about your wife?
You remember that? Yeah, I think that's the worst like fan interaction. Most times fan interactions are usually pretty positive. Harriet died.
Oh, so they said something bad about you? They said something bad about you. Hey, slip that note in. I thought they was trying to say, yo, wouldn't go with Kelly, my dude. Nah, they called her a slob or some shit. That was crazy.
Harriet's been dead for about 2 years now. Harriet had
one of the greatest Fallout games.
Bust in her brain, and she survived that. But like,
are they really doing a Fallout 3 remaster? I'll play it if it's a remaster. I'll give Fallout a try.
For like 2 months, and eventually she died in the coma. Like I used the word survive loosely. Like Harriet was my cousin. I don't care about backseat gaming. You can backseat game all the fuck you want. Like this is my second playthrough.
No, you can't.
Right now,
backseat gaming is annoying, bro. There's no room for it. No one wants to be chilling and then having somebody in their ear telling them what to do the whole damn time. Nobody.
Dude, I actually, even though I'm fat,
nobody.
I really can't eat a lot in one sitting. But I can pretend like I can. Like have him a McDonald's mukbang sitting out ready, and he gets a knock on his door.
Has Elder Scrolls 6 been announced yet, bro? What are they? They've been edging people with Elder Scrolls 6 for so long, bro. I haven't even played the last Elder Scrolls game, bro. I remember I tried to play Oblivion when that came out, the remake or remaster. I tried to play Oblivion when that dropped, but that shit is so unoptimized. I got it on PC. That shit was trash, bro. It seemed like it'll be interesting, but once you leave that like first dungeon area of Oblivion on PC and you first step outside, your FPS tanks, bro. I had that shit on low. Everything was on low. I put my resolution scale down a little bit. That shit was trash. As soon as you stepped outside, that shit dipped, bro. I couldn't do it. but it seemed like it was fire. Maybe I'll buy it on PlayStation, but nah.
Is there a COD?
That shit was tragic, man. That shit dipped as soon as you stepped outside.
I might have forgotten to change the thumbnail. Good stuff.
That's another thing that these companies do, like, or whoever. I don't know if it's the companies, developers, whatever, but they release these games half baked, and like, y'all gotta make sure y'all shit is optimized, bro. There's so many games that, okay, like Avowed was another one. I wanted to play Avowed, but that's another game that just run like garbage truck juice. You know what I mean? That shit just trash. There's so many games that look good, but they're just so poorly optimized. Maybe it's a P thing. Maybe it's a PC thing. Maybe I should just be getting it for my PS5. But it's trash, bro. They gotta optimize their games better.
I try to. Wings is professional. Come on now. What do you mean? I used to throw up them because I was scared. Wings being a logo was immensely beneficial to your legacy. Yeah. My legacy. Washed up YouTuber nobody knows about. But it really.
No, you had fun when you was talking about that Call of Duty shit. Your heyday.
Videos again.
You had fun with that.
But the problem is, like, oh my lord, my stamina fucked me so hard just now.
I've been crazy if there's somebody named Stamina in the chat.
All right, I watched Woody play this game in the DLC, and Woody was like allergic to using his Fable arts. It's like, come on, dog. Woody doesn't like to use Fable arts. He doesn't use Ashes of War and like Elden Ring. It's like, dude, this is what makes the game fun. These are the fun stuffs about the game. Like, I'm gonna let you guys know.
Yeah,
I
bro.
don't have a whole lot of
they assume that people got a 5090 and shit, but nah, man. And the specs for games is starting to get crazy, dude. Like it's starting to become a thing where you need 32 gigs of RAM, dude. I only got 16 gigs of RAM, and then they want like 10 gigs of VRAM and shit. I don't got that. My little baby right here, my RTX 2060 only got like that shit only. I think the 2060 only got 6 gigabytes of VRAM. Look at me, sounding like I know what the hell I'm talking about. I know a little something. I don't know too much. I'm learning though. One day I want to build my own PC. I bought a pre-built, and then I put a graphics card in the pre-built. So yeah, but one day I'll build my own PC. But it's kind of intimidating, you know, with the CPU and all that other shit. It's intimidating. So I never built one. One day I will.
Practice on these.
When I get the money, I will. That shit's expensive.
End game bosses. I've probably faced them all maybe 5
Yeah, I'm
times.
blocked. I'm blocked by Wings on Twitter, bro. He blocked me. Damn, you still get frame drops in Elden Ring? That's wild, bro. Yeah, half-finished games, and then they want to charge you for DLC later.
Got fucked up.
That is crazy. Like, there's been some DLCs, I get it, like when the game is finished and then they give you new content. Okay, bro, because the story already wraps up when you're with your initial purchase. I got it. And then they give you something new. Cool. But there's been more than a handful of times where I played a game, and then with the DLC, I'm like, y'all could have fit this in here, bro. Y'all could have fit this into the game. It's stupid. Y'all remember when they said that, you guys remember when they said they were going to release single player content for GTA 5? And that's when the shit came out on the PS3. And then there was a PS4 and then the PS5 versions and all the other next gen versions since the PS3 days, and we have not got a single ounce of single player content for GTA 5. Once they figured out that GTA Online was the shit, they just put all the energy into that. They didn't do shit for. I don't think single player got a single bit of content. I don't. I mean, I think they got what they had a update or two. Obviously, they had updates, you know, but no content whatsoever. No content for GTA 5 single player at all. The shark cards. That is crazy. Damn, my ass on that. You good, bro? Adrian, you good, dog? Get a laptop with an external monitor. The thing about laptops is like, I don't know. I feel like if you get, so you saying a laptop with an external monitor, aren't you just better off just getting a PC with it? You know what I mean? You're just better off getting a PC if you just go be stationary with the shit. You know, I feel like usually people get the laptops because they want to be portable and, you know. I used to throw the fuck out of people. Oh yeah, GTA 6 will be the same thing. I guarantee you, my biggest fear, and I already know it's gonna happen. GTA 6 is about to come out in 30 FPS, bro, and that's gonna make me fucking sick, bro. I feel like, because they got the technology, games have. They got what does PlayStation call it? They call it fluidity mode and performance mode. Like, have two modes, bro. I'll be perfectly fine. Let me play in 1080p 60, bro. Give me an option. Give me a choice for 1080 60. Stop limiting us. And these consoles nowadays are just glorified PCs any damn way. You know, as far as like architecture and shit like that goes. Give us the options, man. 30 FPS is just not acceptable in 2025. It's just not. So give me an option for 1080p 60 GTA 6, please. I'm begging you. But what they're gonna do is they're gonna give you the standard when it releases, the 30 FPS, and then when the PS6 comes out and the Xbox Series Z, they're gonna come out with a next gen edition, and they're gonna make it 60 FPS, so they can charge you again. I had to buy GTA 5 for the PS3, the PS4, and the PS5. I'm embarrassed to admit that I triple dipped. And that's exactly what they're gonna do. That's exactly what they're gonna do with GTA 6. I'm pretty sure I've been seeing on Twitter that they're gonna come out with a 60 FPS version of Red Dead Redemption. I'm pretty sure they're gonna charge you for the game again. I don't think it's just gonna be a patch. I'm pretty sure they're just gonna charge you again for Red Dead Redemption. I could be wrong, but you know. Yeah, that's true. Laptops are smaller. Well, Wings videos, honestly, bro, this is probably only the second video, bro. We just been chilling. We just been shooting the shit, just talking. You know, the chat and myself. So this is probably, I think this might be the third video. I don't even know. But we just been chilling, dog. We just been chilling. Yeah, you really have no choice. You really have no choice. And yeah, they go dropping on PC. On PC is when they'll, you know. But they do PC dirty because they release it so late on PC, bro. What are we doing? What is the reason what is your reason why you don't want people to? You can't say, oh well, we don't want pirates in our game. Because you can't say that because people put DRMs and shit in their game. DRM is fucking stupid, by the way. But people put DRMs and shit in their game, Denuvo and all that shit to prevent piracy, bro. So why are you making PC people wait for so long? Ban anyone who bought multiple copies of GTA 5. Dang, bro. I appreciate the $5, bro. I appreciate the $5, but yeah, I should be banned. I triple dipped on the GTA 5. I got it on the PS3, the PS4, and the PS5. And I don't even know why, because all I do is play single player. I got suckered into the next gen thing. I got suckered into PS4 next gen, and then I got suckered in. And it's crazy because I owned it on PC. Epic was giving away for free. And that's how I got it. You know what I mean? And I had the best version of the game on PC, and I still got it on the PS5, bro. What a waste of money. And you know how Sony is with their refund policy. There is none. So yeah, that's not one of my finest days. To buy PS5 rebuy on PC. Yeah, that's crazy.
The core of the health bar there. That's not cheese, man. It's in the game.
I feel so scammed right now. Saying this shit out loud is different than when you just do it, because now that I say this shit out loud, it makes me I realized how much I got duped, bro. I got played. I feel like I just left the alley with 3-card Monty. Just I done walked away with my tail between my legs, man. I got scammed. I done triple dipped on GTA 5.
Now it's my turn.
Said, dude, I did a chargeback one time on my PS account because they fucked me. Perma banned my account, lost all my old games in progress. Damn, did you really? They perma banned you for that? Holy shit, man. I would be so, bro. If something like that ever happened to me, I think that might be my last day on PlayStation, bro. Because like I got over time and shit, I got so many games. I didn't even know you could charge back a PlayStation purchase, to be real. Bro, Activision scumbags, they want you to pre-order Tony Hawk to play early. That's so, I hate that, bro. If y'all have the capability for us to release it earlier, you gonna try to make us pay so I can play the game 3 days early? So clearly the game is ready. Just release it 3 days earlier. It's just a scam, dog. They gave me a week to buy a PS card for my chargeback. I was so defeated. I didn't even try to get it back. I was just like, damn, it's like that. Yeah, that's a fact. Cause like, and PlayStation's stubborn too. Like what they say goes. They not budging or moving or anything. You know, at least Steam, bro. Steam got they know what they doing when it comes to like, you know, I don't know about customer service, but at least they let you refund. They let you play like 2 hours of the game or some shit. Or at least enough time to figure out if the game is for you or if the game works. You get like a few hours or whatever. But on PlayStation, if you buy a game on PlayStation and as soon as you open this bitch, I'm paraphrasing, but this is what they told me. I'm paraphrasing. They said as soon as you press open on that bitch, null and void, you can't refund. That is crazy to me. That is wild to me. PlayStation is I don't know how it is on Xbox. But on PlayStation, that's fucking wild. Okay, yeah, they gave out refunds for Mind's Eye. Mind's Eye looks like that game was made by AI or something. I don't know. That shit looks terrible. That shit looks like there was back up in the day, there was a bootleg version of GTA for the phones. It was called something, bro. For the phones like 10 years ago. Probably more than 10 years. There was a bootleg version of GTA for the phones. It was called, I forgot what that shit was called, but that's what the fuck Mind's Eye looked like. It was called Gangsta Vegas. Yes, bro. Yeah. It was Gangsta Vegas. That shit was not GTA. That shit was Gangsta Vegas. That shit, oh my god. That's what Mind's Eye is. That shit is Gangsta Vegas. It was fire for what it was back in the day. I'm not gonna lie, but that shit was crazy. Gangsta Vegas. That's what Mind's Eye is. Gangsta Vegas.
Oh,
that shit was crazy, dog. Gangsta Vegas. Damn, man, they came out like they've had to have some support because Gangsta Vegas, there was like 3 versions of the game that came out. So yeah, it was fun though. It was some shit. They like people was fucking with that game, but it started to get expensive. They started like charging money for the game and shit. I'm like, man, that's when I learned about hacking APKs and shit. I'm a little nerd, man. I know my shit. So like, I had an Android at the time, and I would download the APK, and then you would have to download the APK, and I think it was called it was like an OBB file or some shit. Like, you got to download 2 separate files, and then you would install the OBB file first. I forgot what it was called, and then you would install the APK, and then it'll work. Because I'm not paying $10 for Gangsta Vegas. Yeah, the Gangsta Vegas Miami. There was a lot. There was a lot of Gangsta Vegas. I played I don't know which one it was, but it was like I don't want to say a San Andreas clone, But it might have been the first one, to be honest with you. I didn't play any of them after that. I believe Xbox lets you refund a game as long as you listen to it. Okay, see that even that's reasonable. Like, let me play it long enough to know if I like the game or not, or to see if the game works. But with PlayStation, as soon as you press X to open the game, as soon as you press X and then the screen gets bigger, it shows a little wallpaper of the game before it starts. As soon as that shit pops up, you're cooked. Like, damn, Sony, we got to be better than that. We got to be better than that.
Use the frozen piece. I'm not a motivity build.
Gods will awaken soon.
Gangstar Vegas. I can't believe that. Y'all, that shit just triggered a memory in my Dubla Rangada. That shit just triggered something in my brain, man. Gangstar Vegas, man. Jeez, bro. That's crazy. If you know with that game, dog. If you know, you know.
One of the things that I feel
Vegas.
like this game does that no other game does is they really, really, really.
Bro, they got some cool indie games like an Indian toilet racer. If you open it, no refund. And for real? Hold on, PlayStation? It has to be PlayStation, right? We talk about PlayStation.
Like
that's wild, bro. That's wild, bro.
Have second phases that are nowhere close to the first phase. Like absolutely nowhere close to the first phase. It's like, okay, I've learned the first phase pretty much. I keep messing up on here and there.
That's wild,
but the first phase
man.
takes so long to get through. Now you got the second phase.
That's like you get that Doki Doki Literature Club or whatever that shit called.
Just like lightning quick. Like the first phase she's like armored, second phase she's like agility.
Oh, I think he's playing a DLC low key. I don't remember this in the main game. I think he's playing a DLC. This low key spoiler. Well, whatever.
No, really? God, that's such bullshit. Ah, such bullshit.
After they perma-banned you, did you whimper and say PlayStation ruined your life? I ruined my life.
Okay. Such a trash can. Maybe I could just bait that one attack.
Hey man, some things never change. You know he gonna complain about the game, dog. Gangsta Vegas. I think that's what it called. I think it was Gangsta Vegas. Hold on. I think it was Gangsta Vegas. It was a game. Gangsta Vegas. It was a game. They still have it. Gangsta Vegas Mafia Action. Okay. Wow, it's got 4.5 on Google Play. What the hell? But yeah, it was a mobile game that was, I don't know when the first one came out. It was initially, okay, its initial release date was June 19th, 2013. It was a mobile game of like, it was like a spinoff of GTA. It was like their own version of GTA. If you wanted to play GTA on the go or you ain't have a console, you downloaded Gangsta Vegas. And it had like 3 iterations, apparently 4. There's a new, it's still going. So this thing is this whole entity, you know what I mean? Like Gangsta Vegas is big. And that shit had like 4.5 out of 5 stars on Google Play. So apparently Gangsta Vegas is still going strong. That's crazy. But yeah, it was a mobile game that you would get. Wing skipped his grandmother's funeral for beg for donations. Real talk. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Skipping your grandmother's funeral. And that's the lady that she gave him the animal, didn't she? She gave him the animal. Come on, man. Yeah, Gangsta Vegas Mafia. That's wild. It is crazy. It's crazy. After I might watch the trailer to see the game, because mobile gaming is actually pretty good like nowadays as far as like what phones can handle. You know, I mean, the newest iPhones could play Resident Evil 4 and shit, you know? So mobile game ain't what it used to, but back in the day, those games, Gangstar Vegas, that it was looking rough, man. It was looking like a cross between PS1 and PS2. No, PS1 is a stretch, but a little bit worse than PS2 graphic wise. But yeah, it was a struggle, but hey, it did its job though. You know, I got in the car, I cruised the streets, you know, it did its job. Rainbow Six Vegas on 360. Exactly, bro. Exactly.
Like it, Rainbow is what it is. Let's try it with this. Okay,
mobile gaming better than me. Hey, that might not be a hot take, bro. I haven't mobile gamed in a minute, but hey, that don't seem like a hot take. Not at all. The way AAA gaming and everything is now, not a hot take at all.
Jordy, so remember,
that's why I got the PCX2. PCSX2. Wow, I just been going back and playing old PS2 games. Maybe that's just the unk in me or the old man in me. But I feel like the PS2 was like the prime of gaming for me, at least. There's so many games that I could play now because of the emulator. Yeah, if you don't know, PCX2 is an emulator you download on your PC. It can pretty much run on everything nowadays, like any like hardware on your PC, but it's not a hard emulator to get run. You play PS2 games. There's a lot of games I want to go back and play, and there's a lot of games I just couldn't. You know, my mom wasn't buying me games left and right when you know. So there's some games I really wanted that I could play, but that's cool, you know. But they're going back playing Dragon Ball Z Tenkaichi 1, 2, and 3. Going back and playing freaking. Oh my god, I remember. I'm just chatting, so I apologize. Wait, is Wing streaming right now? Streaming on the channel? No, I don't think he's streaming right now. Damn, your PS2 is still working? That's good shit. That is good shit. Especially I found out you could buy a USB thumb drive or some shit, and you could play games. Like the PS2 is so easy to mod nowadays. You just download an ISO file, put it on a USB drive or memory card or whatever, and it could just run it right from there. No tricks and none of that shit needed. So good shit. You got real hardware. But anyways, there's certain games that you played when you were younger that are absolutely trash now. Like I went back and I played, and some of you people are gonna be like, what the hell is he talking about? But if you know, you know. It was called Inuyasha, which is an anime. Inuyasha Feudal Combat. Okay. When I was younger, when I was in middle school, that game was fire. That's when Inuyasha was out. You know, that game was fire. Inuyasha Feudal Combat was fire. When I went back and played that shit on PSSX2, I even upped the settings. I got that shit going at 4K, even though my monitor ain't even 4K, so I don't know what the point of that was. But I got the anti-alien sin. I got that shit ×8. I got all this shit. That game was so trash. The combat in that shit was so floaty and so doo-doo. That shit, like, I don't know, man. This is some games. They just don't hit the same, bro. Some games don't hit the same from when you was younger. They really don't. As I don't know, man. Oh yeah, I remember the girl asked him to give the kid an enema or some shit, and he gave another kid an enema. That's fucking wild, bro. An enigma, a brain teaser, if you will.
I hate the dual belt system. Fuck you. All right.
That's funny shit. That's funny shit.
All right. Everybody struggles here. It's not something that's just like, oh, you're struggling. Everybody struggles here.
Some bosses are harder than the others. We know that. Title of this video is Tub of Shit. This one gonna be funny. It gotta be. PS Store game called Pig Escape. Like, how are these games? Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know what's worse, the PlayStation store or the Nintendo shop. The Nintendo shop got like some like hentai shit on there, man. Same thing with PlayStation. Like they just starting like hentai is just getting on these stores and like nobody. It's borderline hentai. I don't want to say full on hentai, but it's like borderline hentai. Like these stores ain't picking this shit up. Yeah, the intros are wild, bro. The intros is funny as hell.
Goddamn right.
Why did I leave so early yesterday? I had two guys playing with me. One was completely brand new and the other one was lagging really badly. And like every match felt like it was 3v5 against.
I think, don't quote me on that, but I think it's on the Nintendo shop. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they have those weird games like down in the Nintendo shop. As far as like the anime ones go,
like sweats. So it's like it's like I wasn't having
yeah,
fun.
there's some hentai on the PlayStation store, man.
And we're facing nothing but like dudes with like
I don't know
harnesses,
if it's
right?
I don't know if it's Nintendo, but I'm pretty sure even if it's not the hentai stuff, I'm pretty sure there's some things in the Nintendo shop that I was like, what are you doing on there?
Everybody has a Cronus, but we ran into people with Cronuses yesterday. So it is what it is. It's a trash can. Like Rainbow is in a trash can state. Like it's a fun game. It's a game I enjoy playing, but like they've set the game up in a way that like the whole like dual front mode trash. The whole like mode, the new lighting.
You gotta do something with your beard. You gotta trim your beard or something. When you looking like I don't even know. You look like a Brillo pad, dog. You gotta like clean yourself up. If not for yourself, do it for Kelly, dog. You look like you. Yeah, Brillo pad.
System trash. How people get into the game itself.
Oh, bro, you can't forget
also
Cyberpunk,
trash.
bro.
Like
you can't forget
killing
Cyberpunk.
The game off by trying to making it.
But Cyberpunk redeemed itself though. That game came out like complete. I don't know if Mind's Eye can do it. I don't know. But Cyberpunk was like, all right, bet. We're gonna take accountability. And usually you don't see, companies do this shit. But Project Red, I think that was CD Project Red, whatever. They took it personally. And Cyberpunk is one of the best games. I haven't played it that much. But like they did a complete 360, man. Like, so Cyberpunk is, is good shit. They redeemed themselves from what people say. I don't know if Mind's Eye can do it. That game is cooked, bro. Oh, they are coming. I did see something on Twitter about a new Cyberpunk. Witcher the Brillo pad.
But by all the systems,
he got a wife. He don't got a groom.
System. Like I haven't hit diamond in a year, right? Like if you go look at my stats.
That's funny.
Let me pull my stats up. Here's my.
I haven't played it. Crush, have you played it? Have you played Mind's Eye? You are a man with no fears. Did you play Mind's Eye? I wouldn't even pirate this shit. This shit is on. I could pirate it right now if I wanted. I'm not gonna do that. I wouldn't even do that. That's too much. That costs effort and time to download. I would never do that. Oh, he said, hell no. I was gonna say, bro. Don't do that. That shit like a buggy mess. The AI is dumb in the game. The game is just dumb.
Here,
just watch YouTube. Yeah, that's the way to do it, dog.
Win rate, right? 35% this season.
What's he doing?
43, 49, 48, 52, 46, 54, 52. Like, so like if you take a 50% as a, like, that's a winning season. That's a winning season. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's been over a year since I had a winning season, and they're still putting me against champions. It's been 1, 2,
why are he crying about his competition,
almost
bro?
a year since I hit diamond, right? So like
you can't even melee in that game.
Facing champions on the regular.
You can only shoot in Mind's Eye.
25, and a lot of this, like I said, like me and Chi God's on the outs right now because I'm like a lot of it's because
damn,
Chi God
bro,
bringing people in that can't do anything, right?
Mind's Eye, bro. Who? And even like the dude in the game, even like the voice actor in the game, like the main character was just like, I don't know why they released the game like this. It's like that's bad, man.
0.91.
What a flop. Like, and then they had Concord, which was a complete flop. I wonder how much that game is going for on eBay, like sealed and shit. Concord. That's gonna be a rare game because even though you can't play it, like the game is just not gonna work. Like even if you have the disc and shit, it's you can't play the game. It's offline. But that game, I've never seen a game flop so fast as Concord did. Is there even gameplay of Concord out? Maybe there is. I mean, it lasted a few days or maybe longer. I don't know. But it seemed like it was literally dead on arrival. Concord was crazy. And I don't know why it flopped. I'm not really sure. I just know it flopped. I think it was a live service game.
Whatever. That's a spread of like 10 kills, right? This
garbage games nobody cares about.
Right? And it's like, you can't win.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
And like,
they put so much money. And I think Concord cost Sony a lot of fucking money, bro. A lot of money. And it just flopped like that. Bro.
Why am I never ranking down? Right? Like
yeah, that's all it is. They said that Microsoft laid off all those people and they want to invest in AI. Like, bro, that's what we coming with. That's what we doing nowadays. But this is where it starts. We just go lay off everybody and just put everything into AI. That's scary shit, man. It's scary shit. I don't want to be, extra, read all about it. AI is going to be, they took our jobs. You know what I mean?
It's the very top of the game. Why am I not facing?
Please check out Mr. Yellow Dick Swagger content
like that, so I can get.
Does Mr. Yellow Dick Swagger still make videos? That's such a weird thing to say out loud. But do they still make videos?
Diamond,
Once in a blue moon, I know they do.
No, they put me against champions every fucking time, every fucking round. It's stupid. It's a stupid system. You don't get better. You just
that's
get
weird,
stuck,
bro.
Right?
AI
when
games.
You're already facing the top echelon, right? And you're in like Emerald, right? Emeralds should face Emeralds. Like I understand if you have a champion in your party, maybe throw one
that's what
champion,
I thought.
right, to equal out that champion. But no, they'll throw you a 5-stack. I don't know.
When Mr. Yellow Dick Swagger uploads a video, I know it's about to be about some crazy shit.
Let's talk about Trump.
Oh,
I
boy.
don't care about Borderlands 4 games. I don't really play video games. Like I play them.
Is Borderlands good?
Right.
I remember playing like it was like a Tiny Tina or some shit like that game. I played a little bit of it. It wasn't bad. I just stopped it because I wasn't in the mood to play an FPS game. But it wasn't bad. Are the Borderland games fire?
Like it's just what. Yeah, I'm done with Night Rain. Night Rain sucks ass too.
Damn.
Like, the whole thing with
Tekken 8
for me is
Tekken 8 was another one that when it released, it ran like shit on my PC. It's probably better now after a million updates and shit like that. But Tekken 8 was rough.
I have nothing better to do. Like if I had anything better to do, I would go do that, right? Like the only game, actually, there's no game I actually physically want to play. Every time I'm sitting here playing something for you guys, it's just so I can stream usually. And that's because it's easier to stream a video game than it is to sit here and like actually talk about things. Because like people sit here and nitpick you.
I seen that on Twitter. Whoa, Boogie is trying to get married to a 20-year-old lady. That should be prison time. And it's not though. I mean, she's 20 years old. She's a consenting adult. It's weird as hell though. Their dynamics I've always thought was weird as hell. I always thought it was weird as hell. And she's got like daddy issues and shit like that. That just seems like an unhealthy relationship. It really does. I get it. It's two consenting adults. That's all that matters. But it just looks weird. It just seems weird.
And they're gonna do it today, and I'll never do this shit again for another month. Because people are going to sit here and nitpick everything I'm going to say, and I don't.
More sparks, more colors. Can't see nothing.
I don't want to deal with it. Like the one thing that was good about
Breaking
Locals,
Biglet uploaded it.
I just had to interact with Boogie and fucking Keem. Never had to touch cat. But politics. This isn't politics. This is fucking stupidity, right? Trump basically got on X last night and started beating his fucking chest like a gorilla. That's not how bunker busters work, man. Bunker bursters work by using kinetic energy to go underneath. Why don't I go live in Iran? Because I was born in America. There's nothing heroic about going to war. I've never been in the military, you're right, because I've been a fat fuck. But you know what I have been? You know what I have done? I've held a man that had PTSD from a hand grenade thrown under his fucking Humvee. I've had to deal with night terrors. I've had cell phone calls.
Wait, what the hell are you talking about, dog?
I've had things like it's one more into the meat grinder. That's all that is. One more into the meat grinder. Do you really think your political opinions are...
There was hold on. Mike Klum was good. I forgot what other documentary Mike Klum did. But Mike Klum did an EDP documentary. Did Mike Klum do an EDP documentary? I keep itching my nose. My nose is itchy as hell. Not on some wing shit. I'm not sniffing my thing. Mike Klum did I think he did the Boogie documentary. I can't remember who Mike Klum. Oh, it's not out now. Yo, when they do the EDP documentary, I am 100% going to react to that, because if y'all didn't know, I told this story before. Oh boy, this is a doozy. All right, so so boom. I was friends with EDP. Not my proudest moment. I'm not happy to admit it. But I met EDP in 2010, 2011, somewhere around 2011, 2012, somewhere around that scope. Because I'm an Eagles fan. Fly, Eagles, fly. He's an Eagles fan. We ended up, cool friends. He ended up being, he added me on Facebook and shit like that. So I was friends with this dude for so long. And he had my personal phone number. He would FaceTime me. We would, talk about the Eagles and all that shit. Like we talked about the Eagles. Every time the Eagles had a game, we would talk about the Eagles game. All that shit. Like I talked to him all the time. All the time. That shit came out. This is some lore, man. This is some Dougie lore right now. That shit came out about him. And when I saw that shit by the Predator Poaches about him trying to get that cupcake, I told him, I'm dead ass. I was like, bro, what you did was disgusting. You need help. I'm ashamed that I was your friend. Like, and people knew that, like, I got friends that know that I know him. Because I ain't flex that I knew EDP, because it's not like it was never flex worthy. But people would show me clips. I'm like, yeah, I know that dude. I talked to him. That's my dude. So it's never a flex, but it's just like, yeah, I know who that is. And they're like, no, you don't. I'm like, yeah, I do. Look. And it's like, I was like, bro, what you did was disgusting. I'm ashamed that I ever associated with you. I'm embarrassed that I was ever associated with you. You should be ashamed of yourself, and you need to get some fucking help. Like, that's like what I said. I'm paraphrasing, but like that's what I said. And he sent me a voice message, because he was really big on like voice messages. And he was like, so you just gonna be another fake friend that runs out of my life? He was like, it was a trap and all this other shit. I said, bro, you got caught in the messages. You said that you've always had fantasies of being with a younger girl. Who was that girl's age? Who was the decoy's age? Was like 13. Like, you said that you always said it. Like, I literally said that. I sent the screenshot to him. I was like, you said this shit, bro. That shit, I was like, that shit is disgusting, bro. And he's like, oh, so you just gonna leave me and you just gonna leave me and block me just like everybody else did? You weren't a real friend. Real friends stay with adversity hits and all this other shit. I was like, bro, I don't want nothing to do with you, dog. I don't want nothing to do with you. I don't want to talk Eagles with you. I don't want to talk the birds. I don't want to talk about how the season. I want shit to do with you. So I blocked that number. He would make a new number. Yo, man, is this this Dougie? Block. Yo, it's EDP. Is this Dougie? Block from a different number. There was like 12 numbers he tried to contact me. 12 numbers he tried to contact me. And then there was like one final attempt. He hit me up. So, yo, man, I got kidney failure, all this other shit. I said, that's like, I was like, I'm not the biggest one in karma, but hey, karma sometimes happens. Oh, it's like that now. Oh, I know you was gonna be like the other bitches and all this other shit. I blocked that number, bro. I blocked that number, dog. This dude wouldn't stop trying to get a hold of me. We like Bryant, dog. We not friends no more. You are nasty as fuck, bro. You got, and the crazy thing is, bro, you didn't only get caught once. You got caught like 5 times trying to do the same shit. You not like, stop, bro. Whatever friendship we had in the past, that shit is done with. And I'm embarrassed. I ain't even look at the chat. Yo, that's crazy. Ain't no way. Damn, he's talking about you being a fake. You see, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, this is Dougie lore. But this shit is crazy, dog. We used to FaceTime. We used to, back in the day, it was like 2011, bro. We used to Uvu, bro. The Uvu voice chat shit, bro. If I go on my Google Photos, I have some shit in my Google Photos of there's proof. Hold on. The Google Photos. Because, you know, Google Photos, like, backups all your photos and shit. Hold on. If I type in this motherfucking name, hold on, let me go to my other shit. If I type in EDP, dog, like, I got, all right, bro, all right, boom. All right, so look. This is from, do I got a date on this? Allow access. Yeah, sure, I don't care. Just give me, I just want to know when the picture was taken, bro. Not now. I don't want to edit. Shh. 3 dots about. How do I? All right, well, it's not letting me. All right, it's not letting me see when this is about. But look. Right there. I can't know if y'all see that. That's me in the corner. And that was me with FaceTime with him, bro. This was probably like, I want to say a year before the Sting. I don't know when it was. But bro, I used to talk to this man not every day, but once in a blue moon, you know what I mean? We talk about the Eagles and shit. Yeah, this is the most random shit, bro. Like, I'm dropping some lore on y'all. But that shit was crazy, dude. That shit was crazy. And then the dude would keep trying to text me and call me from different numbers. Get the hint, we not friends. We never gonna be friends. Let that shit go, dog. And that shit is so embarrassing because people knew that I knew him. That's like, y'all know, hey, that's him. That's him, bro. Oh my God. So yeah, when that documentaries drop, I will be live watching that shit because I knew that dude more than most people did. I didn't know that shit though. I didn't know that. I didn't know that dude was fucking weird. He was always off, but he never gave any indication that he was a diddler. You know what I mean? Or a pamper poker or whatever you want to call the shit, bro. All right. Yeah, the boys would be clowning. Yeah, the boys was on me. They was like, yo, boy, this your boy. Go get your boy a cupcake. I'm like, hey, y'all give him a cupcake. Leave my ass alone. I don't talk to that dude, dog. That was, oh, man. That shit is crazy. That was wild. That shit was wild, bro. That shit was crazy, dog. Oh, man. So let's get back to the video. That was the biggest rant that, you know, I've ever done. But that was a story time with Dougie. That was a story time with Dougie. Bryant Moreland.
Original insightful. Iraq is not Iran. Scrolling Reddit and watching
That's
TYT
crazy.
is not an education. First off, I don't
about the
scroll
game.
fucking Reddit looking for political takes, right? The take I just sent to you was on Reddit/pics, right? It just happened to be on my main feed, right? And second off, I don't watch TYT because they're full of shit, right? I can form my own opinion. I don't need other people to make my opinion for me. Everything I tell you is formed based on my own opinion, period. And like, you can believe what you want to believe, but like, Elon Musk just cut so many employees from the Veterans Affairs Office that anybody that goes into the war of Iran will get shit on. My life is the same.
I don't even talk politics, but just some bullshit, dog. Everything bullshit.
If Saddam
dog.
Hussein was in Iraq than he is now. Snake, I never said I had a bachelor's degree in metallurgy. I said I.
One thing I never got, like, why is it so hard for people to just love and care about each other, right? Like, why is it so, like, I'm the type of person where I don't want people to struggle. I don't want people to not have health care or health coverage. I don't want people to have to go without child care. You know, I hate seeing, I don't care. I don't give a damn. I don't associate with no political party at all. I'm just a human that look out for other people, dog. That sounds like I was trying to run for president. Nah, my name ain't gonna be on no ballots. But I'm just saying, I just like, people spend too much time hating each other for whatever reason. And I just wish, like, on some Mr. Rogers shit, the world would be a better place if people just like cared about each other. Like, I don't think nobody should struggle and nobody should be living paycheck to paycheck. You know what I mean? People shouldn't have to go without, especially like the way the world is now. Like, you see that money is being blown in the stupidest ways. That money could be used in ways to better society. And I don't know. It just, people shouldn't. I hate to see people struggle. I hate to see homeless people. I hate to see people hate each other. I hate all that shit, man. They said Wings is also a PDF. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
Going for my degree.
Wings, the age of consent thing is crazy, man.
Which basically made the company I was at the time cut funding for my schooling, and I wasn't going to pay for it myself.
Now, the thing about Wings that I would like, if I'm going to be real with y'all, because I always am real with y'all, I don't think Wings, and I've said this before, goes out and then this was what separates Wings from EDP. I don't think Wings like goes out and looks for little kids. I don't. He said some really weird, like, fucked up shit. Yeah, I think that, and he believes this shit a little bit, which makes him fucked up, right? But I don't think that he personally goes around and looks for little kids or talks to little kids. And like, I could be wrong. If that comes out, I'll be wrong. But I don't think he goes out and like looks for little kids or kids specifically in a range. EDP specifically was caught by these decoys who are like middle school age, bro. Like, he was after that shit. He said he had fantasies about that shit, bro. I don't think Wings is doing that, you know? Oh, that is a good point. Flirted with girls he knew were 16 on stream. That is a good point. That is a point. To be fair, Wings doesn't go outside. That shit costs $100. And that's real. That's real.
The only reason I was going for that degree in metallurgy was because I didn't want to fucking clean.
Yeah, you got me on that shit though. He was flirting with them.
No, I'm never going to go to the military. Like, if they got to the point where they got to draft me, we're in trouble. Period. If it gets to the point where they drafting a 400 pound man with a leg problem, we're in trouble. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm going to jail.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Straight in jail, and I
double down on that shit was crazy.
Wait for my new dictator to roll in. I understand
that shit was crazy.
Drafted, but people are like, "Oh, you can drive a tank, you can cook."
Oh, I forgot about the cheese pizza. We'll call it. I forgot about the cheese pizza. Oof. I gotta do a U-turn on that shit I just said. Because that's true. And then he tried to lie and say that it was on YouTube before it was taken down. He said, I've never seen Wings happier than that stream. That is true. Y'all onto something. Y'all onto something. Y'all onto something.
I can eat Zach.
That is true.
I'm good at.
All that shit is true.
Opinions are original or insightful. Iraq is not Iran. Scrolling red. Okay. Yeah. Iran is currently finding out why we don't have health insurance. Right. Me and Kelly, we pay.
Yeah, Wings wild as hell, man.
Like, it's like $400 or $500 a month. So that's $3,000 or $4,000 a year. And then on top of that, like, let's say,
and that's what made, like, even the boogie thing is weird because, like, okay, his his girlfriend is 20, but she don't look 20, bro. She looks so younger than that. This shit just look weird. So then you end up looking like an old man with a young ass girl. She already way younger than you, but you just look like an old man with a young girl, a young ass girl. That shit just so weird, bro. Like I said, at the end of the day, it's two consenting adults. That is what it is. It just looks so strange, bro.
Between like my ultrasound, she has to have a colonoscopy, and she had to have a CAT scan. Like that by itself is probably gonna cost us another $2,000 out of pocket. So like, there's $5,000 we're gonna pay this year in healthcare to tell me that nothing was wrong with
health. That's a health thing. Healthcare is such a scam, dude. But healthcare is such a scam. Like, we got all this damn money and shit. All this, you know, technology advances in technology, and like, healthcare it should be a human right. I sound like Brady said, healthcare should be a human right. Shouldn't have to pay healthcare anymore. But like, you know, it's a scam, man. Like, I don't know. And then there's people who die because they don't have coverage. People who can't get the care because they don't have coverage. It's stupid, dog.
me, and hopefully nothing is wrong with her. I have health insurance. I'm complaining about the health insurance I have. Primary physician is $20. It's primary physician outside of network, which is what I am, $30. Specialist is $30. Deductible family individual. I have a $500 deductible for individual, $1,000 for the family. Out of pocket individual, $4,000. Out of pocket family, $8,000. In network, out of network, PPO deductible, $2,000. Family, $4,000. OON deductible, $4,500. Out family, $9,000.
He just reading off all his shit.
Out of pocket individual, $7,000. Family, $14,000. I had to pay $11,000 for the emergency room visit in Buffalo because it was technically an out-of-network hospital. Because I asked for, I go like, this is my insurance. Which hospital do I go to? Which hospital do I go to for this card to count in my network? And they pointed me to a particular hospital. I drove to that hospital.
Oh boy. Well, Wings, man, is everybody else's fault but his own. No matter what, it could be video games, it could be a health bill. It's gonna be everybody else's fault but his own.
They were in network. They checked me in. They did all this shit. Blah 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 blah. 6 months later, they go, "Hey, none of that actually counted for that emergency room visit. You owe us $11,000." Because I made sure to ask the questions like I need because I was in Buffalo. I'm like, I don't know what's in my network. What is it in my network here?
Yeah, $11K
is
wild.
For the $11,000, this was a year ago. Like I paid it out. It's good. Yeah,
I seen a thing that people like most of people's debts. Like obviously, everybody in debt, man. Most of people's debts is like medical expenses and shit. It's fucking. That's wild to me.
House.
That is wild to me.
This is a camping trip for Locale Live, and we did the first night. We chopped some wood, and like that wood triggered my gallbladder to start spitting out gallstones. So I was in pain all fucking night. I literally went back to the Airbnb. I took a hot shower because like I smelled like smoke and I was sweaty, and I went to lay down next to Kelly, and like I was wrecked in pain. I was like, oh shit. I thought in my head that it was like a muscle cramp, right? Like it was just like I overdid it so badly. So like I got out of bed, I went, got on the couch, and I was like, I dealt with it for like 8 hours, just back and forth everywhere. When Kelly finally got up that morning, I'm like, dog, I'm in so much pain. I don't know if I could do another day of camping stuff today.
Tom, that's crazy as hell.
Had us go and he wanted to buy everybody lunch that day, so he picked a spot. So we all drove over there, and I was racked in pain. I'm like, dog, I might need to go to the hospital. So like I ended up going to, God, what's that shit called? It's not like a doctor's care, but it's like something up in the north. It's like a doctor's care, but it was another place up in the north. And they had a urinalysis on me, and they gave me an anti-inflammatory shot, and I had blood all in my urine. So they said, we got to send you to the hospital. We don't have the stuff here.
Crush that, bro. If my arm gets chopped off, just give me some painkillers and a bandage so I don't got to be 30K in debt. Yeah, they'll charge you $2K for the bandages and the painkillers. They damn sure would, bro.
And
They
I
damn
go,
sure
okay,
would.
If I gotta go to the hospital, which one is in my insurance? And they go, well, we'll send you out to the lobby. They'll figure it out, and they'll give you an address and a number. So we drive over to the hospital, and that's where it is. That's how we got there. Because I didn't realize my gallbladder was failing until like 2 hours into the emergency room. No, my gallbladder's failure is probably from my weight loss surgery, which I had my gallbladder removed here
That you failed.
in South Carolina in network for free. Like I didn't pay a dime. Nah, Keem believe me. I'm not one to kind of like puss out on shit. Like if I'm in pain, I'm not gonna lie to you about being in pain. Why does your gallbladder fail from weight loss surgery? I don't know the reasoning.
I don't know, man.
I remember them telling
you say a lot of shit to get out of shit. You know what I mean?
in Mexico that there's a good chance I'm gonna lose my gallbladder at some point in my life. The taxpayers will eventually be on the hook for you and Kelly. Why aren't you leading by example, making healthy choices now? I mean, like I have health insurance, bud. I have health insurance, and like even the money that you're donating to me right now, Henry, it's most likely going to go into a savings account. Weight loss surgery can indirectly impact gallbladder, increasing the risk of gallstone formation due to rapid weight loss and changes in bile composition. So, like the fact that I lost all that weight is the reason that
The
my
surgery
gallbladder
fell,
failed.
honestly. It wasn't his
Which
fault.
it took a while. But what I think would happen is like I created all these gallstones, and then like all that.
Yeah, it's the worst time to have health problems,
free flowing or something like that. I
Y'all
don't
make
know.
sure
It's
y'all
just
drink y'all water, eat your vegetables, eat your fruits, man. Do your 10 push-ups a day. Stay healthy as you
That didn't
can,
fly over my
man.
head. He's saying that eventually me and Kelly are going to be so old and wildered, and we're not going to have income coming in. And
Lay
we're gonna
off
be a
the
burden
Wendy's
on the
chili.
system. That's what he's saying. And what I said to him was that I'm hoping that I'm going to stack enough money up that I'm never a burden on the system. Because, like, believe it or not, I'm more of a libertarian than anything else. Like, do what the fuck you want to do as long as you don't hurt anybody else. If you want to dress as a woman with a sailor tattoo, that's fine. Do it over there.
That's oddly specific, man. That must be one of your page 5, endeavors.
Like, don't throw it in somebody's face.
Oddly specific.
You know, if you want to get pegged and on like a sex swing, as long as you do
Oddly specific again. Page 5 endeavors?
it in your house, I don't care what you do. You know, like everybody can do whatever they want to do as long as you don't affect.
Oh, you don't live in the U.S. Where do you
That's not even a
live?
safe take. That's my actual take. I don't care who you.
Yeah, he blamed the trolls for failing his surgery, which was wild as hell. He's gonna blame people that's outside of his specific, man. That's oddly specific.
Walk Out Live where me and Boogie both dress up as women.
Very
But
weird.
look at it.
I ain't buying it. He just made that shit up on the fly. A fat waste of space. Yo, he's been crazy with these titles. Oh my lord, if you want to get pegged, it better be on the back of a $10 bill. Yo, Adrian, that is wild, dog. That's a wild comment.
Goddamn right.
What is my take on homosexual public displays of affection? Don't care. If two dudes want to kiss in Lowe's, have at it, Hoss. Just don't stand in my way while I'm trying to buy nails or some shit like that. Like I'm out here looking for vanity. Step aside. Like that's my thing. I look at it as the same thing as like, you know, heterosexual people having public displays of affection. It ain't my business. Easy does it. Already had the Iran talk. It's not even about me doing manly stuff because I hire contractors. I do nothing manly anymore. Like I'm a fat waste of space. Like I used
Anymore, he says. Like he ever has.
to like hunt and fish and do all this other nice stuff when I was a young man. Now my pastime is taking naps and eating Zaxby's.
Yeah, you can tell by Breaking Big with titles now that he's tired of this shit, Wings, man. Like these titles are starting to get crazy, bro.
Ever thought about starting my own podcast?
Now his titles was like, all right, boom, this is what's happening. Now Breaking Big was just talking shit. You know what I mean? He's like, you fat waste of space. These titles are funny as hell,
Why, so I
dog.
can do this. Like, I'm too lazy to find topics. Like, be perfectly honest. Like, almost every podcast I've ever been on,
Hunting
is
fish.
people bring me the fucking topics. Like PK, like we just freeballed that shit the entire time. Like Locale Live, we had an idea of what we wanted to talk about, but if we didn't,
I haven't watched this compilation. There was a couple compilations when I was putting this playlist together, because I put a playlist together to specifically watch live today with you guys. I skipped over the compilations just because I didn't think you guys. I feel like a compilation is something you enjoy best alone and not with somebody else or something. You know what I mean? Certain compilations.
We paid somebody else to bring us the topics. I'm too lazy to go get the topics myself. That's why I'll probably never do a podcast. Like, I remember my first video that had any kind of love is because like Z7 Taylor shouted me out, and it was just like a regular gameplay on Nightfire and World at War. My first video that actually took off, like legit.
That is true. Most of the titles of shit he said or did in the stream. That is true.
It was a video.
That is true.
Calling out Hutch on Wasteland. Actually, no. It was a video calling out Hutch on
Burned Out.
Terminal. I called him a bad sniper. Then we had another video on Wasteland, and then there was my next video was like how to level up quickly in Modern Warfare 2. I think that was my biggest video in that had.
Yeah,
like
man.
1.6 million
Burnout
views.
was a real thing. Shout out to Breaking Bigwood. Breaking Bigwood has been going strong for a while now, and like he's the GOAT. I don't know. They are anonymous. I don't know who Breaking Bigwood is. I just know that they the GOAT. So they've been putting in that work for a long time, almost daily. So shout out to Breaking Bigwood.
RAZ Legend. I recently lost my job. I'm about to do Uber and other side gigs. What else would you recommend for people in my position while looking?
Oh, the titles and Wings quote. Okay,
employment?
that makes sense.
DoorDash.
That's usually the theme of the titles. Is something he said
like that. They're good stopgaps, but they're not primary. They're not primary jobs, right? Like, I love doing side gigs because one, I like driving and it gets me out the house and it's something me and my wife can do together and like laugh and listen to music. If you want to make real money, you do Walmart Spark. Walmart Spark is where the real money is right now. Walmart Spark and DoorDash are the two big ones. Like, driving people around with Uber makes money, but it's so much more responsibility, and you have to deal with a lot of drunks, and you got to deal with a lot of vomit. And you also have to have a newer car. Like, your car has to be like 10 years old or newer or something like that. And it has to.
That is true. That is true.
For your car and every different thing. But in my opinion, if you want to take the human element out of it, Walmart Spark is the best. Amazon is pretty good too. And then have DoorDash to fill in your stop gaps. And if you can get on, Instacart's good in a dead time where like, oh, here's a 15 item order for, $15 or something like that. It's a server. Good morning, Wings. I caught your stream again. Hopefully one question for the moment of your life. When you felt the most proud of yourself? Most proud of myself.
I feel like doing that, I mean, it's a side gig, so like what do you expect? But like doing that shit is so hit or miss, I feel like I don't know. But like he said side gig, so treat it as a side gig. But
this is gonna sound stupid. Was when I realized that I actually had made it playing video games. Right, like I remember it was like November of 2010, maybe 2010, maybe a little bit earlier. It was like November 2010. And Machinima just given us our contracts. I was already a Machinima guy at this point, but I was only making like $3,000 every 3 months or some shit like that. Like it was like $1,000 a month, whatever it might be. And they paid us quarterly. So like Machinima, when you first was just a Machinima partner, you got paid quarterly. So I made like,
damn, I remember Machinima. That's crazy. I remember Machinima.
$3,000 every 3
Machinima was
months or some shit like that.
Wild times.
Then they gave us the ability to monetize our channels, and they gave us these stupid contracts because Machinima was getting injected with Google money, and they gave us they would pay us $2 for every 1,000 views, regardless of what they were. And I took it. And at the time, my YouTube channel was making 8 million views a month, right? So you do the math. That's $16,000 a month, right, for 8 million views. So like the very first paycheck I got was like $50,000. Because they stacked up 3 deep. They stacked us up 3 months, and they paid it because they were still paying us quarterly. And that November, I got paid like $52,000 or something like that.
Wings was getting bread, bro. Wings was getting some bread.
I don't remember the exact number.
Golly.
But it all hit my bank account at one time, and it's like I went from like an hour before.
Yeah, Breaking Big was a legend for chopping this shit up and getting the entertaining parts. For real.
Pinching pennies and like doing the standard life of living I did my whole life, and all of a sudden, bam, 50 grand in my bank account. I was like, This is, I'm 23, 24 at this point, right? It's like damn.
Hey, yo, Adrian said and then he spent it on his ex and her kid. Yo, he did, bro. What a fool, bro. What a fool. That is crazy.
Proud of every bit of myself. Where I set out on something that everybody told me I was a fucking idiot for doing. Because like I got laid off from Mech Glass and everybody wanted me to go like to Wolverine Brass or like Combraco or like another factory around here. And I hated fucking factory work. Was not for me. I wanna play video games. So I started down the route of playing video games. And I took a hobby and I made it into a career, which I don't make that money anymore, right? But like that's the moment I was most proud of myself in my life. No, I didn't get fired from Mechlast. I got laid off because of the 2008 housing crash. First thing I did is I walked into like the
it seems like his streams are just dead air, and like so yeah. People watch though and people support. I don't know how they find it entertaining. Good for them, but I don't know how they do it.
And I remember having $5,000 in my pocket because like at that point you wanted to pull some money out the bank just so you could see it, so make sure it was fucking real.
Yo, bro, he spent a lot of money on that woman and her kid, dog.
$5,000 in my pocket. I whipped out, bam. I whipped out $1,400 for a new bed delivered, installed in my house. John Pond, I said I was making at that time $2,000 a week. That was an up period. I don't know what I'm making right now. But like I do make a pretty good amount. Like I've said, like I've invested a large portion of my money, and I've invested it in safe areas. I'm not trying to get rich quick. Like I'm not over at Keemstar. I remember Keemstar made like fucking $3.6 million in one day on like some of his investments, and I'm like, that's not. Congratulations, pimp. And my advice to him was to take at least $1 million of it out and put it into somewhere safe. He's like, no, I'm holding deep. So like, hopefully it works out for him. I couldn't do that. Like if I took that risk and it paid off, I'm whipping shit out. And the reason this is not me breaking
wings. We don't ever want to hear you use the expression, I'm whipping shit out. We don't need you whipping nothing out, bro.
In the NDAs, Keemstar said this live on Locale. Yeah, like my wife showed me a Corvette the other day that was for sale around here.
Ban anyone saying my screen is shaking.
It was like $74,000, and I'm like, we can afford that, but like, why? If I'm gonna spend $74,000, I'm gonna buy a piece of land and a couple single wide trailers and get some fucking passive income before I'm gonna fucking spend $74,000 on a fucking car that I don't even know if it survived my driveway. Nah, it was the 6.2. It wasn't the Gemini. It was the 490 horsepower 6.2. Pinky, I know. I am a landlord.
Yeah, don't ever take financial advice from Richard, dog.
I have passive income outside of YouTube as well. Like landlord is all about landlord's only beneficial if you have a good tenant. Like if you have a bad tenant, landlord actually costs you money. I could tell you a bunch of landlord stories. But I was saying like if I would do it on, I'd buy land and put like some single wide trailers on it. I had a tenant.
I would not want Wings to be my landlord, bro. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
That, came in, he paid his security deposit. Granted, my biggest mistake as a landlord back in the day was charging too little, right? I wanted people to be able to afford the rent, so I never have to actually fuck with the rent because I owned everything free and clear. So I charged $600 deposit and $600 a month, right? So you need security deposit $600 and you need $600 a month. You can move in. We do a month-to-month tenancy, and if you wanted to move out, I needed 30 days notice, right? That was my rules and restrictions. Well, this guy moved in, and I say, hey, no pets, no dogs, nothing like that, whatever it might be. He goes, cool. He paid his money, and he sneaks a fucking Rottweiler into the place, like, and I don't know it, right? So like I do a walk.
That's a big ass dog to sneak.
Walk through on the 28th. It's in the contract that I don't open any of your drawers. I don't go in anything. I just walk around the property, make sure there's no holes in the wall.
SpongeBob, what's good, like bro? I was wondering when you was gonna pop in.
Like I don't do it every month, but I would like to have it in the.
And if you ever get sick, you saw this? Nah, I didn't see that.
Well, I did it.
I didn't see that, bro.
Next thing I know, there's a fucking Rottweiler staring at me. And this Rottweiler not only stared at me, but since he was hiding the Rottweiler in the house, the Rottweiler had like pissed and shitted everywhere. The house reeked. It was destroyed. I remember taking 8.
I don't know why people do that though. Like, assuming the story is true. Like, why have a dog if you like? Why have an animal if you can't take care of it, dog? You know what I mean?
8 bags of trash out of this house after we finally got this tenant out. So I'm like, oh man, come on, nah, you got to go. You got to go. You're not yeah. I started the eviction process the next day, right? It takes a while.
Bruh.
But like it took me 3 months to get this guy out. It took me 3 months to get this guy out of the place. And during that 3 month period, he went and bought like baby diapers and started shoving baby diapers down the toilet.
Like, bro, he bans people. He bans people for just saying something he don't really agree with. Imagine he would do if he's your landlord. You know what I mean? Evict this person because they know what I said. Matter of fact, get evicted.
And it's a single
That's
wide
crazy,
trailer,
man.
like, so you don't have like metal pipes or like stuff like that. You have these things called PVC pipes or like plastic pipes. They're not as big as diameter and stuff like that. And you go into it.
I don't know if it's because of his wings or what, but I could have swore he said BBC pipes. He ain't got these BBC pipes. Fuck it, I'm gonna just say that's what he said, dog. That's funny.
Well, they're not as big as diameter and stuff like that, and you go into a septic tank. Well, these baby diapers, they would like swell up and get stuck in these pipes, and it would actually busted the pipe underneath the house.
Oh, you can't be flushing diapers, dog. Come on.
Like he would sit there, take shits, and like he was pissing his shit, and he was just going straight underneath the house. So instead of telling me about this,
Yeah,
what
that's
he
a
did is
pause,
he called
bro.
like code enforcement. He called code enforcement on me, and code enforcement comes out, charged me $800 for pooping on the ground, right? For like all this like human waste going into the
Adrian said, "Judge, ban this guy from a property. He's against the idea of making money."
ground. I was livid. I was ready to bang.
He probably this sounds like some shit, bro. This sounds like some shit he got from Reddit, bro. I'm not gonna say I didn't walk a day in his shoes, so I don't know if it happened or not. But it sounds like a Reddit story. I'll be on Reddit.
Son, I have roughly $3,200 a month, $7 rent, $200 electric grocery fluctuates. My fiance doesn't know how to budget. What financial advice would you give me? Lose the fiance.
That is wild, man. What time we got? All right, it's 2:00, y'all. Your boy Dougie got to get ready to go to work, man. I got to shower, go to work. It was good stream. I'm going to stream again next Thursday. That seems like the move. I think Thursdays are a good stream day for me. But it was fun. Thank everybody who stopped by for the stream. The stream will be up later if you want to watch the whole thing and shit like that. But thanks for everybody who stopped by. I appreciate the people who donated. People who donate, that means a lot to me. That gives me motivation, keep going, doing the things that I do. But I appreciate everybody coming by. It was funny. I had a good time. My stomach hurts from laughing so damn much. It was a good time. But I hope you guys have a good day, a good weekend. I'm gonna have a video tomorrow. I don't know what the video is gonna be. Break and Bake does a good job uploading daily. So there's gonna be something for me. But I'm already 5,000 people. I'm not here to conversate. Y'all have a good one, man.